turning on. Gonna plug in today. No 4-hour episodes. You guys broke Karl. There we plug in. Then I have to check one more thing. There was a story Karl was telling at the end of the last one, and I forgot what it was, but fortunately somebody mentioned it. Sigurd something. And he needs to tell the rest of this story. I think Jay wrote it down. Let's see. There it is. Jay commented the last hour, if you're trying to keep up on the cat thing though. He said, the reason I use subtitles is because my 3 cats go wild when they hear Carla. That porn shot with Carla being Carla's belly didn't help. Carla the cat, by the way. So I watch the videos muted and rely on the text. That made the sexy anal binding ring much more funny. We're starting out right at the beginning here. The mercenary job sentence from Hallgrim, spelled correctly, just fine. And I hope this whole comment will not be blocked by YouTube. No, there was something about Sigurd, something you were talking about last week, Karl, and there's a story there we might need to hear when Karl's out of beer. So, Torben, Karl's making a gin and tonic. I just hope that tonic isn't bad because it's been unopened in the fridge for like 3 years. So we'll see how he does, but I'm a little concerned about him. So we're making sure he's eating in prep. So he's getting a pizza right now. The pizza's almost done. Well, it is done. It smells slightly burned. Anyhow, but if you can remember the story about Sigurd, remind me, what the hell was he supposed to talk about? Oh, here it comes.
I have told the story about Sigurd the Mighty many times on YouTube before, so I don't think...
What was the one you were joking about? No, it was something, anyway, that you were joking about, and...
I was drunk out of my head,
pizza.
Woman. I have no idea what you're on about.
He was drunk out of his head, woman. He doesn't know any idea what I'm talking about. Go get your gin and your little jigger and your little cup and some tonic, preferably more tonic than gin, and let's see how you do. Okay, but... we have to, so anyway, if anybody can remember what it was, remind me. Torben says, yes, my boy is growing up. Gin, ahoy, oh, school for poker. I'm starting to think Torben might be a bad influence on you. Speaking of the bad influence, I have some footage here that I have to show that he sent me, stupidly. There we go. He's stuck. Torben is stuck. You got kid number 1, kid number 2. Did you see? Yep. This is stuck. This is what it's like to be a dad. So there you go. Hopefully you're unstuck now so you can have your gin and tonic today too. Okay. Then Albert sent you some stuff to look at too here, Karl. For one, a picture of David Nihil. Oops, I read that. David Nihil show that he went to. Let's see if I can turn this again so it's the right way. And holding it correctly. So that must, how was it? Was it fun, by the way? And then he sent, if I'm going the right way here, more stuff for Karl to drool over. Warhammer Kill Team, Brutal and, what does it say?
Brutal and Cunning.
Brutal and Cunning, Tactical Skirmish Combat of the 41st Millennium. And then Warhammer Armageddon, Battalion Orcs.
Yeah.
Are you jealous? Are you drooling?
A little bit about the last one, the first one I have.
Okay. And then he's, oh, you don't have this one?
No.
Ooh, yeah, this one we have. We got to just paint. We got to find someone who can paint. Torben, know anyone? And this one, which is a little bit sideways. I forgot to turn it. Commissioner Yardik. Citadel.
Yep.
Astra Militarium. He had one other thing. What was that a picture of? I forget. Let's see. Albert said also Hellerisninger from Moelv. So petroglyphs. Sorry, let me hold that straight. He sent us some petroglyphs to look at. These are what the petroglyphs on the rock. Oops, my computer's not sitting very stably. Oops, wrong way. I suck at this. Trying to look through the computer to see the arrow. Oh, cool! I need to embroider these. I've been doing sheep, but right now it doesn't look like much of a sheep. The one, it's underneath something anyway, but it's based on petroglyphs, but mine were found in Utah, so not very Viking, but it looked like sheep. Oh, how cool. The cat is like really getting excited about your gin. And then, oh, there's some more over there. Oh, these are so cool. I need to embroider these. I love, 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 love petroglyphs. Now, you can call them not Viking, but if they're pre-Viking, that means they were around in the Viking Age, so. Oh, these are cool, too. What do you suppose the drawings in the middle of the animals are? That was obviously a moose, both of them. But what about the drawings on their body? Is that like how they're going to slice them up? Surgical lines? No? It's not the patterns. They don't have patterns like that on them. So what would you suppose that is, Karl?
I would actually guess it's internal organs.
They're from the Iron Age, says... oops, sorry, I have to hold this straight again. They're from the Iron Age, says Albert. Torben says, no, Imperial walkers with stormtroopers inside. You might actually be right. Reindeer and the guts inside. See, I think Nolvi is on to something there. Let's see, was that? Yeah, that was... Oh, and then there's the picture from... okay, I'll turn it back this way and we'll put it back up because Carla is eyeballing that food like nobody's business. Get down, Carla. No, you can't have it. Get down. Come over here and sit on Carl's lap and beg like a proper cat.
You can't. It's occupied.
Yeah, she doesn't think that's going to be a problem. Okay, so then... I can read what the sign said, by the way, if I zoom in a little bit. And of course, it's in Norwegian. Automatisk freda kulturminne. It is an automatically saved, rescued, or peaceful. You can't do anything with it, the area. Preserved, maybe it would be the one. The petroglyphs on the rock. Stein. Stein is not the rock, but Stein is the name. It actually means rock, but it's the name of the place.
Probably, ja.
Stein. Helleristninger på stein er de eneste kjente ristninger I Hedmark fylke med figurmotiv I alt. Med figurmotiv. Okay, so the petroglyphs in Stein are the only known petroglyphs in Hedmark county, I should say, with a figure motif. I alt er det registrert 16 identifiserbare elgfigurer på steinblokken. There's a total of 16 identifiable moose figures on the rock. So I called some cows in the beginning, but clearly they were just female. You're biting your tongue over there. Anyway, noen av figurene er bare delvis synlige. Some of the figures are only partially visible. Ristningene er såkalte veideristninger og ble hugget inn I berget en gang I steinalderen periode cirka 10 000 til 1700 for Kristus. So the petroglyphs are so-called veideristninger.
Hunting
Petroglyphs, that were carved into the mountain, or as I was saying, or the rock in at one point in the Stone Age period, 10,000 to 1,700 BC. Ristningene kaltes veiderristninger fordi det var jegere og sankere som hugget dem, I motsetning til jordbruksristninger fra bronzealders cirka 1700 til 500 for Kristus. The petroglyphs were called the hunter ones, as you said, because they were hunters and sankere?
Hunter-gatherers.
Hunter and gatherers. Okay, hunter-gatherers who carved them in contrast to the earth users, the farmers like Torben.
Earth users.
Earth users. Jordbruksristninger. It's earth user. Torben, you're an earth user. Shut up! Don't mock my translation, man. You try From the Bronze Age, circa 1700 to 500 BC. Som ble laget innenfor jordbrukssamfunn, which was also made within the earth-using community. I'm good at this. And then it goes on to talk about the Veiderisninger, or the hunter one, and Vernebygget and Befaring, and how to keep it, safety, and they want to keep it. Some places the petroglyphs are on stone were damaged, eller vittre helt bort, or disappeared almost completely. Or was it vittret?
Eroded away.
Oh, eroded, ja. For å ta vare på det, som var det igjen, også for ettertiden det viktig å behandle kulturminner med respekt. To take care of what is left with it, and also afterward and beyond, it is important to treat the culture place with respect. Det lov å gå inne for gjerdet og se på hele rysninger, men det ikke tillatt å klatre på steinblokken eller rise inne egne initialer og lignende I bergflaten. So you can actually go beyond the fence and go and look at them directly, but it is important that you don't stand on the rocks and you don't carve on the rocks or do anything. You don't even, you're not allowed to carve your own initials on the rock either. Det heller ikke tillatt å brenne bål, grille inne for gjerdet, eller I nærheten av kulturminne. It's also, you can't have a fire inside there. So no grilling. Anyway, so those were quite cool to see. I'm going to need to make some of the mousse. Okay, I'm going to catch up on chat here, and then the pizza's smelling really good. That cat is totally loving you, Karl. Just in case Alex logs in and sees. He's purring like really loudly. Or just flirting with, oh, that's another thing, Jay's cats. Who are totally turned on by Carla's Kurgoat yelling, come and get it. So he sent all three cats lined up, eagerly awaiting Carla's belly dance. Are you ready for this? Jay also has Siamese cats. There they are. They're all sitting there waiting for Karla. Cute. Okay. And oh yeah, they're so gorgeous. Sandy's here, by the way. Hello. Okay, so now catching up on chat. It has been a really beautiful day today. I have no idea what the temperature is, but definitely barbecue weather in the north. Maybe people from the south think it's cold, but we're like, it's like, yeah, shorts and t-shirt to get today. Audra's here. PJ's here. Albert's here. He's got the Warhammer 40k terrain that he ordered back in December and was as made to order. And I got a new Kill Team box as well with 11th edition Battalion Workbox. PJ couldn't watch today. She's on holiday with her sister and have to go shopping for food at 6. Oh, yeah, then you got to run. Audra says she's dyed woolen yarn with birch leaves and the result was a lemon yellow color. Oh, I leave them in too long and they go green. Probably because I used an iron pot too, so I have to, one of these days I will try to do the pretty yellow. Robert Reynolds is here, all the way from Scotland. Torben is here. Lathamatha Loklanich. What the hell is he trying to speak Scottish or something? Torben's Norwegian. I can't read that. Loklanich. Lathamath Lokanalik. I don't know. Somewhere somebody's laughing at me. Let's see a little bit more here. Torben's off to Bergen next week, invading Outland Geek Shop. I got so many items on my shopping list that I think I'll have to sell the car and maybe a kidney. Oh yeah, definitely. We're not allowed to go there right now. Well, color me impressed, Robert. Okay, clearly whatever the hell he said, it was pleasing to the Scottish. The Lathamatha. Torben, definitely kidney. You need a car in Norway. Oh yeah, don't sell the car. Go for the kidney. Torben says, I'll make do with a postal car. Nobody will notice. Probably shouldn't write that officially then. What about car and kidney then, says Audra. Torben says, gin will still go down by the bottle. The local hospital has a dialysis machine. Yeah, you're having Tanqueray today, Karl. And gin and tonic. And I don't know if this tonic has been sitting in our refrigerator for like 3 years, but it's unopened. So if it doesn't go...
Yeah, no, but it's limited
how bad can it be?
Bad these things can go.
You just have to drink your gin neat. Okay. Let's see. PJ said, nearly got killed on the motorway. Some a-hole, go ahead, you can tell I was an asshole, nearly hit us, changing lanes without looking, and then nearly hit another car the same way. He had his phone in both hands and steering with his elbows at 70 miles an hour. Holy crap. Torben says, those occasions are what the bumper is called. The bumper is for. Okay, so it might have been Torben on the road. I don't know. Robert says, that's why I've got a dash can. Hey, there's Peruta. Lazy Saturday for her. Let's see. Robert says, lucky you, Peruta, just finished the helipad. Sorry, decking. We were working today. We had quite a few groups in today. Actually, it was starting to look like summer now. Pretty much is anyway. Let's see if Rob said, joke to my daughter that it was so big that they might mistake it for a helipad, 8 by 4 meters. Oh, his decking, the deck that he was doing. Let's see, kind of zipping down here a little bit ahead. Speaking of decking, I loaned my dad money to build a deck with during COVID, and some of the house just got sold. I got money back this week just in time to pay for Hector's master's degree. Ah, congratulations. That was Pruda, by the way. Anne Moreau is here all the way from Belgium. Let's see. Max is here. Garcia's here. Holland is 13 degrees. Then PJ ran off to go shopping. Ah! Olav is here. Olav is supposed to be here. Eat Olav and see, but Olav got sick. That's my glass. Oh, no, this is my glass. Okay, I was thinking you were taking mine. We chose the same glasses today. I'm having outer wine.
Yeah, no, I'm having probably way too strongly mixed gin and tonic.
Did you put any tonic in it?
Yeah, but I used a small thing on the jigger thingy.
Yeah, but this is for a full-size glass.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. I'm sorry, Torben, in advance. And don't slam it, though, then. Put some more tonic in that thing before you finish.
This actually works. This is a good gin to tonic ratio.
I apologize in advance for everything. Love the glasses, yeah. These ones are based on a Viking find, I believe, but this is a medieval edition.
No, it's a modern edition.
Modern edition, not even medieval, modern. Why? Talk about these. It's been a while since we discussed these glasses.
This I must have said at least 15 times.
Yeah, but it's
before.
been a while, is what I'm saying.
Uh,
We're on like episode 321.
I'm speculating here. But from the Viking Age, you have drinking horns, and you have glasses like this, and you have some other models of glass where
I'm eating pizza.
The piece that you put on the table is so ridiculously small that the glass can't stand. It won't be stable if you put it on the ground.
A little bird.
And I think that tells us something about Viking drinking culture. You're not supposed to put your drink down. If somebody gives you a drink, you're supposed to drink it and then put it down like this. You're not supposed to wiggle around and talk to people with your drink standing on the table.
I thought you were borrowing my glass. No, you drank your whole thing already.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be rude.
Yeah, I have the Viking drinking culture. So I wouldn't need one of these hoity-toity modern put your drink down inventions.
We're not going 4 hours today, I swear to God. Karl rose to the occasion last week, but oh my God, we're going to have to get him some proper beer soon because he's, okay, eat some food and a lot of it. He's got the cat. Karl and the cat. Okay, gotta catch up. Torben says, I've been counting, geez, 14 bottles of gin on the wall. I'm way back. Let's see. Osman is here. Hey, I'm having outer wine today, so different glass. I'm having more of the Blogny, the hibiscus vanilla one. This one I can drink. But my head is a little less dizzy lately, the whole Crystal Sika thing, so I think I can have some alcohol again. Yay! Robert says, only starting to think that, Karen. Oh, what did I get into again? Oh yeah, by the way, Olaf is here. He says, greetings from Bergen. Sorry I could not be here, but I'll bring cake as a sorry next time. And some of that, he has a lot of good toys when he comes with him. He brought some fun stuff to drink, some fun stuff to eat. He even made some stuff on a digital printer. He made you a beard comb, which you haven't been using. Let's see. Albert says I only have 2 gin bottles. One is good, the other okay. Yeah, you have at least 2 of them because we bought one at tax-free on the way back from England just specifically to get a jigger. So the other one was Greenals, but it wasn't in the first basket we pulled down from the top shelf, so you're having a Tanqueray instead. Albert says the petroglyphs, those look like moose, which makes sense because there are a lot there. Let's see, what did we decide that was? He said, I like Nolvia's guess of reindeer with the guts inside. Anne Moreau said the top one ate a kid. There in Muelv, Stone Age, I was wrong. Okay, people have done that regardless of the things you're not supposed to do, like sitting on the rocks and stuff. Sandy's here. She said just popped in, but that's a while ago now. Mina Slime Machine. Hello, I like that one. That's a new one, I think. We'll get to needle binding soon, I promise. Got to say hello to everyone. Maggie's here from Colorado. Heidi Lisa is here. I got a wonderful video of your brother. I had to take it 4 times because he kept showing his middle finger. Maybe I'll show that one. Aldro says, I'm so sorry, that's not pizza. That's an insult to pizza. No, this is first price. This is what budget Norwegian pizza looks like when you burn it. But I don't care. As long as it absorbs his alcohol. Are you saying I can't cook?
I have to say that I agree with, what's his name, Joey on Friends. Even bad pizza is pretty good. In this way, pizza is similar to sex.
What are you saying? God, I mean, you just had 1 drink so far in here.
I'm saying that first price pizza is completely fine, woman.
Oh, I thought you were commenting on my skills. Anyhow, not just my cooking skills, I mean. But nice to meet you. Anyway, Amina's here. Torben says, skip the tonic, it's only empty vitamins. By the way, was there any, like, flavor in that tonic, or was it dead? Did it taste like just salt water, or?
No, it was fine. It tasted like a gin and tonic, actually.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Then that stuff keeps.
It might have had a little bit more gin in it than usual because of the small glass, but as long as I
that's meant for a regular sized glass, not a little teeny tiny.
You don't want me in the regular sized glass anymore.
Okay. Oh, there she comes. She's the other, either she wants the food or she's, well, nope, she's putting her ass firmly on Karl Fuzzy's face. No, she's eyeballing the, no. Put the paws down. She wanted the food. What is that food? It looks so good. See, one person says it looks good and then Outer says it looks horrible. No, it's first price pizza, which is basically generic pizza, but it's thick, which I like. And it's, I know there's an innuendo in there somewhere. No, but the thing is, we bought it this morning. It pretty much thawed out by the time we brought it home. Put it in the oven and forgot that it's not frozen. And left it in for a normal amount of time. So not that great. But anyway, it's actually not too bad for generic pizza. Sandy said, is it just me or did Carl's face get red after that drink? No, it did. Look at him. There has been some sun today, though. He got a little sunburned. Max said, yesterday at work, one of my friends and I finally vented about a certain person who used to work that he and I absolutely hated from the beginning. That person doesn't stop talking, lives in his childish fantasy world, and one time I got pissed off when he said something very transphobic. You know what I found out? I used to think, geez, I must just be really unlucky with perk places. Nope. There's drama in everyone. No matter where you go, every workplace has drama.
No, and the sum of the drama is a constant.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who is a flamboyant, narcissistic psychopath, all of the drama is about that person. But as soon as that person leaves, another tree will be the highest tree on the savannah, and even though that person does a lot less to deserve it, they will be hit by lightning just as many times.
Yep. So there's always the tallest tree. There's always a tallest tree on the savannah. Sneaky food bandits in Sandy. Absolutely agree, Karen. No, it's true. I kind of figured in the beginning when I was working with at every workplace I have is just awful gossip. No, it's everywhere. But
not quite.
No. This workplace is fine. Ours is, there would never be any gossip there. No. It's just a matter of how hard you let it hit you, so don't let it hit you, because then they win. Audra sent me a picture of yarn now. Let's go check it out. Oh, the yellow. Look at how yellow it got. No, you can't see, but I'm going to make you look at it. There we go. Look how yellow her yarn. No, that doesn't look as yellow as it is. It is brighter on my screen than it shows in the camera. But it almost looks like there's a, not lemon yellow, but now it's starting to look a little bit more the correct color on the screen. But this beautiful, no, it's not spaghetti, it's definitely yarn. This is Ruddy Spee. Yep, this is the yellow that she's been dyeing with birch, because when the birch leaves are young, the color is really, really bright. As the older the birch leaves get, the duller the color is. So if she were to pick these leaves in October, when they're falling off the tree, and then dye with them, you still can, but it'll come out like a maize color. But you've got such bright color. But do not use an iron pot when you do this. If you want yellow, if you use an iron pot, it'll go green. But if you use a copper pot or stainless steel, then you should get this nice bright yellow color. Wow, that's really vibrant though. Good job. Let's see, we'll turn back here, and then Karl is back trying to steal food or flirt with Jay's cats. We'll just stare at her for a minute so that you can tell me if she steals. She is a bandit, though. Oh, what did she do yesterday, by the way, Karl? I thought you could see her from the counter. I cut up a whole little, like, you know, the turkey jerky we've had, not turkey jerky, reindeer jerky that we had. It's like a little thin reindeer sausage roll. We've had them on YouTube before, these little thin sticks. And it's basically like a Slim Jim, but made with reindeer meat. Anyway, I had one of them left. I don't know, we forgot to eat it, but I thought, oh, this will be great. We have some eggs from the chickens over at the village, so I'll cut them up in tiny pieces and we'll make a little omelet out of it. And then I'm waiting for the one thing to cook. I go over here, get something, I come over back, and like the whole sausage, I think there's like 7 teeny tiny pieces left of it. The little bandit is just sitting there licking her lips. And what does Karl say about his food? You will eat Aaron omnivore as long as
something dies.
Something has to die for him to eat it. And told him good luck. There's not much dead stuff left to put in there. Anyhow.
No, but this one would eat weapons-grade uranium as long as she was convinced it was human food.
No, she would. So anyway,
she
bad cat. She
didn't want to lick my bowl yesterday.
She didn't want to lick your bowl yesterday? Why?
No, we used too much tofu sauce, I think.
The chili sauce. Amro says, the Viking drinking culture. Now I understand the lemonade. Get down. The lemonade way to drink your beer. Like you drink your beer like it was lemonade. Remember that she told you at the beginning, it's not lemonade, Karl. And he was drinking Belgian beer. And Anne Moreau is a Belgian, so if she's crying, that's not good.
I think the Vikings have a long and proud history of making the Belgians cry.
Let's see. The Full of Dodge says, Peruta, pizza is like sex. When it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it's still pretty good. But it's at its best in the morning. When it's day old. Let's see. The bigger the office, says Sandy, and company, the more drama and abuses of management, in my opinion. Probably. Buttercup yellow. That's a good way of saying it. It's buttercup yellow, I would say. Beautiful yarn spaghetti, says Maggie, and Red Eastby says, nope, it's spaghetti. You can't fool me. It's like spaghetti that's been cooked in curry powder.
That is something Audra would do.
Yeah, she would.
Cook spaghetti and curry and then call it yarn. Maybe you should
She'd probably knit with it too.
Maybe you should zoom in on that picture.
Audra says, I'll try it with old leaves in the fall, and I wonder what the difference will be. It looks more like a maize, like a darker brownish yellow, but not quite. But maize color, M-A-Z-I-Z-E, that one. Brody says, I guess it depends on the alcohol percent as well as the rate you drink it. Okay, look at that's okay. No more than that's like too much for that tiny glass. You're checking out the percentage. That's not a good sign. Meanwhile, Torben's probably cheering you on.
I see that your car can get pregnant if you drive it.
Your car cannot get pregnant if you drive it. He's looking at the pictures. It is, I don't know, 43.1%, Carl. Oh, geez, this is not good. We'll have to get him some beer. Max says, anyway, someday I'll make a Nalbinding mittens to my future partner or hubby. That's a good, I think so. Okay, so I have to show you some footage so I can... yeah, because we had to catch a ride with someone. We didn't get to film in the village, but they're out having a barbecue right now, or grilling, so I have I've taken some video, and the one you see on the cover is Britt, and she's showing us needle binding as well as sewing on a hat that she has here. So we'll turn it. There we go. This one I think is the that's the GIF. This is the movie. Through the village, I think. Let's see how to just upload.
You're going to be textiling for the next 7 minutes, right?
Whoa, that's going way too fast. There we go. Oh, this is at Alexandra's, sorry. Well, so we're starting it off with some sewing. The wonderful hoods that she's made. Alexander Mink is in the village. And there's the tablet weaving. I hope this shows up. But oh my God, the detail on these things. That one on the left is my favorite, I think. It's got these nice, like, 70s fall colors. I love it. That one took her about 20 hours to make, she said. And the one next to it, wow, that kind of got jiggly on the camera, sorry. Took about 15 hours to make. And she's going to know the name of each, but we're looking at the kind of patterns. I did one similar to that, but not quite. The red one took a lot more time. Because you had a lot of dropped stitches where you had to, like, bring it behind. I think I was looking more at what I was filming and not what I was filming, but at the stuff itself. I didn't realize it went this fast though as I was filming it. That's a sun symbol on the green one over there. This one was really cool. If you didn't notice it, it's hearts upside down there. It's kind of was subtly done. That one is the one with the right, almost looks like a machine did it, but the machine's name is Alexander, she says. And I like the red and the blue in the middle there. I love it when you can see all the detail on the lines and such. I might have to slow this down. I didn't realize I filmed through it this quickly. Let's see, hang on, we'll slow the speed maybe. I don't know if I can slow the speed on, actually. Oh well. I'm pointing and talking, but I can't play the sound anyway. It doesn't really matter. But those are some beads that her friend in Germany made, glass beads. And then we were talking about these little shells. I didn't know that those were actually Viking Age. I had to look at them up first because somebody wanted to put some on necklaces. But a lot of them anyway. So we decided simple use of it because you could find them here, but not as they were more scarce than they would be much further south. And they were actually used as a trading. You could use them as currency in some places. More of the tablet weaving. This one is amazing. That green and gold one on the left there, middle. It looks so antique. And then I like this other pattern there. You can see that some of the color almost disappears for a while and then comes back again. It's quite cool how that's done. And then you have these ones. We were thinking, this is based on a find. But I asked her, were they dragons? She says, I don't know. We both think they're ducks. And then I was oh yeah, and this is the gold and the silver. And the price is on there. You see 2,000 for the gold and 1,000 for the silver, but it's actually real silver and gold in there. So I'm giving thumbs up because I completely agree with the pricing on there. It's definitely, that's a lot of money that's gone into those. And then I was showing, yeah, the different ways of finishing them off. You've got some like that where they wrap the cord around. Then you have the twisting ones, some that are braided. And she said, yeah, they were just kind of done the way I felt like doing them at the time. And then I had to notice that over here on the left, I see that she was more stressed when doing the blue one than the brown one because it's got more, one's more tighter than loose. No, not ducks, it's a dragon, says Audra. I'm surprised at how fast this filmed. I didn't realize I shot this that fast. But I can play it one more time if I can show a way to do it slowly. Yeah, then they had some carved ones out of, it was Svetlana's husband, I forget his name, but he makes those. It's Polish people that live in Norway that have been here for a lot of markets. But they're so nice and smooth, and I like the texture. And this is just fallen trees in their yard that they used. More patterns. Yeah, those ribbons are pricey, said Torben. I got a pair for my bunad, and it prevents my socks from falling down. Oh, this one was kind of cool. This is, I thought it was, I might have it wrong now if I'm remembering correctly. Why is it not running backwards here? Sorry, there we go. I thought I could just click. I thought this was Freya. It's not, it's Frigg. And how do you know it's Frigg? Is because there's herbs. See if I hold this still. She's got a little basket of herbs there. That's how we know it's Frigg. I think this is one that Isak had carved. I think he made that for her in trade for something. This is Alexander, by the way. Yay! And then a lot of hands. All of these are hand stitched. She's got silk on this one, on the top parts, and on the cuffs. Applique, that's what I was going to say. Silk applique, but you can see the hand stitching there. And one thing I wanted to show was the underarm. You have these gores that have to be put in, and that's always a bit tricky to do, especially when doing it by hand. Then there's another one. This is a plant-dyed one. That's why it looks a little bit splotchy. It's plant-dyed with woad. Then it has a silver band on it. She didn't use the silver all the way up, but just on the bottom half of parts of it, which I thought was really great. And that one was 4,000 kroner for it. But yes, it's very, very expensive to make those. And I was asking, how did she do it? But when you see, and I flip over, because it looks like it's woven in after the band is made. And you can see when it turns over that, yeah, it is. Right about, that's where I was asking her, did she just kind of lace them in? Yeah, because it's not on the back side. But it's a great way to use a minimal amount of silver. And their hearts, yeah. And she used, I believe, split stitch there, which looks a bit like chain stitch, but split stitch is found on the Oseberg finds. Well, it seems I slowed down a bit on this, but the other part was there. Has another silk applique. I was thinking that was the stinging nettle fabric, but it's not. It didn't feel like it, but she said no. It was linen. She did have some stinging nettle one, but that one got sold last year. And all hand sewn. And this one has a split in the front of the tunic that is for, what was it, horse riding or fighting? Give you a little bit more movement. And then this one is in wool as well. The colors didn't show up quite as vibrant, but it's like a green and a green yellow. And then have to show you that we're in the village. That's what it looks like in the village today. It's beautiful. Yeah, the reason it's oh yeah, and look, it has been a baby boom in the village this year, I see. Last year there was a baby boom. Everybody was pregnant or had a 1-year-old, and now they've got 2-year-olds and they're popping out everywhere. But we found out even the dog beaver had a baby. Did you notice that, Carl?
No.
Even the beaver had a baby. This is a little toy that you can pull around that's been repaired. I don't know how many times. Anyway, but I noticed it had a baby, and it was probably just a way to keep it from falling over, but it was kind of cute. So, yep, not only was there a baby boom in Gudvangen last year, but even the toys had babies. So I thought that was kind of funny. Trying to hold the camera a little bit still here, and then I think that's the end of that video. Yeah. Let's see. And then let's see, that was that video. Here's another video. Oh, this is when we go to Dorota and Piotr. By the way, they're all tagged on the video on Facebook, so you can find them if you want to get any of this stuff. You have to talk to them directly. So the first tent arrived to the village about 2 weeks ago, week and a half. And if you remember, that's Piotr on the left and Dorot in the back. He does all this wonderful, wonderful wood carving. He's the one who made the box that Karl has, the chest. He's got some iron cooking, so there's a little bit of stuff that you can buy to cook with in the village. Let me move that out of the way. Little jewelry, even the hand-carved one. There's Yggdrasil from the Oseberg tapestry, I believe. But he does both sides, which is kind of cool. And then some Hedeby bag handles on the right there. These are a little hard to see, the Thor's hammers and things. Then we get to the hardware. So you can, if you need to make your own chest, for example, you've got hinges that are correct and locks. There's some of the carving on there, but some of them I notice he's left to be carved while he's here. Then there's some bracelets up there that their son-in-law made. Oh, I love the way the iron is on that one. Oh, and then my favorite, it's the hand fasting petroglyph. That one is on my dress. Hand fasting being like a wedding ceremony. But his wood carving, I mean, there is no negative space. It's all used. Little spirals, everything. And it's a whistle. I'd play it, but it would echo right now if I did. And that one, a spoon, or it's a whistle, so you can say, "Come and get your food." I gotta try that one on Karl. I thought that was really cool, though. But yeah, little whistles in the bowl to the left, and then the spoons were whistles as well. And I asked if that was a mushroom. Yes, it is. So it's nothing sick to be. Sometimes he's got little symbols of fertility around. Yeah, and she's learning how to spin wool. But all of this stuff that they've been hand carving, and right now it's such a huge stash. Oh, those are pipes. I didn't even notice until I picked them up. But all this hand carving that they've been doing all winter, and they are almost all completely sold out by the time the summer comes to an end. So they have been producing like mad. There's some combs in there too, I see. Yeah, their work is just amazing. That one's a horse head on it, so you can rest it as well on the side of the pot. Axes, knives, and small saxes. I think they do. There's some of the combs. You can see. If I hold it maybe a little too close to the thing here. Yeah, they do amazing work. It's absolutely wonderful. So I can... oh yeah, and he tried to make some drop spindles there. I didn't notice them before until after. There's an icon to me. Looks just like me. It should be perfect. Normally I only let Karl see me in this state, but I'm willing to share. I'm glad I could be a muse. There's some more pendants that are all wood carved as well. Then a Thor's hammer, and I thought this one looked a bit like Piotr himself, the one in the middle. The drummer man, I like to call him. The first time we ever met him, he had these little drums that my kids bought some, and little horse figures, all little spirals on them too. Freya and Odin, different gods. It does kind of look like the Shodom share made in the Witches of Eastwick, isn't it? I agree. And the cups, they all have... Oh, look at that one, too. That one is... that's an image from the Sutton Hoo helmet, I believe, that he carved as well. And I don't remember the name of that beast, but look at all the little spirals around the edges and everything. It's so cool. But yeah, he's got lots and lots of drinking cups and drinking vessels, and they're very carved, so it's easy to see. No two are alike anyway, which is makes it easier to see which one is yours. And then we're moving over to some more of the leather work that their son-in-law made. Oops, nope, sorry, baby sock. That is how Holger would trap women. Some more pendants. These ones in brass, I believe. Goes very quick, but there's so many, it's hard to see, that's why. Wooden necklaces, these ones that you attach to your tortoise brooches if you need. Those were new this year. Yeah, and there we get into the leather work that their son-in-law made with all that tooling and such. But I also liked that some of them are like, yeah, pleated so that you can get more space in there. Those are belt bags. And then you have the cuffs. You can see how big they are compared to my hand. And then needle binding. This top one is our boga stitch. I was trying to show them, but it was a little tricky while holding a camera with one hand, so. Yeah, but that was the arboga stitch, and then I think that one was as well. She's been trying new stitches while we're on the stitch of the month. It's kind of fun to see. Little socks. And then, of course, you have the hats that are very happy. See? It grows with excitement. You heard me. Okay, and then we have the plant-dyed ones, and I think that one was no, that's not Dalby. I think it's Dollarna. Not 100% sure. More little socks, bigger kid now. And that one had like a loop on the back. She's got lots of knot binding. So she is usually sitting there needle binding while he's carving. So they're demonstrating and talking about their craft as well as selling most of the summer. Not for kids, laugh out loud. What do you mean, Sandy? We were trying to think of mottos that came from here. Wrist warmers, things that we say on YouTube a lot. Not for kids. Mayonnaise in the name of Holger, and what was it? I don't know. There was another one too or something. Holgrim. There we go. There's Piotr. I told him he has to be smiley. Because, see, there's a rope, and he's completely caged in this year. You cannot approach the man. Dorota's got him on a tight leash now. And there she's going, well, yeah. She's locked him away, so none of the women can take him because he's a handyman and we like them. Oh, yeah, it's so tiny is another one. There's another bag. Look at all the tooling on that. That's her son-in-law that made him. And they made the little mushroom wooden toggles. This bag would be an absolutely amazing computer bag. I need one. I mean, sorry, to keep my Viking accurate things in. There's another one. I liked this one because it looked like it was like formed to my ass. At least that's what I was trying to. Yeah, the mushrooms are. He's just great with those little mushrooms. More wood carving. Look at no negative space. It's all carved. Oh yeah, and that bag had a nice little interesting front to it. And then there's Sleipnir. That's taken from a find. And then I forgot what these were, but they were the best friends. They were from the Oseberg find. I wanted to say they look like the Oseberg cats, but it's not the cats, it's something else. But it was from from Oseberg. But they look like a little bit like the Munch scream. Ah! So they fit well in Norway. This is the pin on Karl's hat. That one. And then, of course, you've got Yggdrasil again from the Oseberg tapestry. The Tree of Life. There's little ones, too. And work on the other side. Little Viking kid and our new fighters in the background. We'll get some footage of them another day. Not the kid, but the fighters. We've got some wonderful fighters in from Spain. 2 from Spain and 1 from France, so they can have an all-out reenactment of Spain versus France. And beautiful chests. with the historical. Oh yeah, and these are staves. Marie got one from him as well, and they all have faces, but he's like literally finding the spirit in each stick, which I think is so wonderful. Identifying the man inside. There he is on that one. And then so that's the spirit of that stick. And then this other one has a bunch of little serpent heads with, of course, little spirals. Beautiful chests on the fighters. Yeah, you're not wrong, Bruta. But I think that one's Odin, if he's missing an eye. But yeah. This is towards the end of the day, by the way, so there's not so many tourists around. More beautiful chests. Look at the reindeer. I like that one. I like with the sun on above it. And the bowls. And there's some sewing on top, so I'll move that and show you what the chest looks like there as well. Those chests he sells quite quickly, actually. I remember we went back to look one because maybe I would get one for some of my sewing stuff or something, but they were pretty much gone. And that one I had to back up. It was so big. But he does absolutely amazing wood carving. There's another little one there on the right, too, that you can see. And then I told him to say goodbye. Yeah, and that was the end of that video. Let's see if I have another one here. This was the best way we could think to show. Britt. This is Britt Rage. She's the one that made the Viking doll book that we showed not too long ago. And here she's needle binding for us. So we had some demonstration, and I realized I'm showing needle binding from the front. Oh, there, I got smart and went behind her so you could see. She's doing the also stitch there. But yeah, I noticed she keeps two on her thumb and picks the old one off. That's kind of how I teach kids and the beginners to do it anyway, and either they stick with it or they start popping it behind their thumb. But that's an easier way to see which is the second loop. And here she's making a hat. This is like, I think 4 to 6 panels, and then you sew them together. And then I realized I'm showing the stitch from the wrong side as she's making it. That is the bottom of the hat. But you sew up these panels and you sew them all together. But when I switch to the other side, you can see how the stitch is made. This is like a buttonhole stitch, or not, like a blanket stitch. You go through one there, but before you finish, you go through the old one on the other side, and then you do a new blanket stitch. And there she does a blanket stitch, and then but she picks it up and goes through on the other side of the previous one, so it has this kind of a nice suture look. There you do, and there's her card if you need. She's also tagged on Facebook. You might have to go back and and then the needle binding, all kinds of different yarns. Some of this I recognized before. That one is like the Balder yarn that I made. One in that, but I had blues, so I recognize some of these yarns. It's kind of nice to see that they get use. She finds some of them she finds at secondhand stores and uses them up so they get a new life. There's this brown one I'm about to pick up, and this one I just about flipped out when I saw it, because I gotta pause it on that one. Hang on there. Let's see. There. I'm not very good at this. Go back one. There. Because this yarn was quite interesting, the one I picked up here. You can't, flip, I fail. I hit my mouse again. There we go. I hit something and then it went nuts. There. Anyway, we'll just hold it like that. But this yarn here, this orange one, I actually had this once and I bought it to knit a bag with. It's a little bit brighter colors than it shows up on the phone. There you go. But it's kind of like an art yarn. It has, it's mostly thick like that, but there's little gaps in between where the yarn gets really, really thin. And I was kind of surprised to see that she could needle bind with it. So maybe I'll find that yarn again and see if I can do something with it. But I might have actually donated it because it had like the thin parts where nylon comes in. But it was a really cool art yarn anyway. But it almost looks like she just used this regular thick yarn to make that whole thing. But no, that's it was a bit, that's a trickier yarn to needle bind with, so it was cool to see that she could. But yeah, that would definitely be vintage by now. I think it's 15 years ago since I had that yarn. But it's cool to see. There's some other bright ones. Dalarna stitch, Arboga stitch, Malmen stitch in Oslo. Here's the mittens in the wrist warmers in Arboga. We'll come back to it. That's York, Malmen. And these are the Arboga wrist warmers. There you can kind of see the Arboga stitch on them. I do like that too in her embroidery. And I liked this red yarn behind the red and the orange was actually a yarn that I used to have that yarn as well. And made even a big crocheted poncho out of it. But it was called a Tototo, I think, or something like that yarn. I recognized it anyway. Top to toe, that was what it was called, top to toe in Norwegian. And then she's got socks there. Love the mom and socks. Linen thread in the background. Some sewing. She makes all, these are all hand sewed as well. And there's Knut. Got to say hi to Knut Draga. He's got books, by the way, about Viking times, runes for before Columbus and Vikings going west. There's that hat, by the way, with the panels. That's just a different stitch that she used on that. I would never. Yeah, I did. I ran low on battery, but the cord didn't reach to the computer, so. Let's see. But now that we're back, Karen's fallen off the cables, too much gin. No, Karl, yeah, let's blame Karl. It's definitely him. He's outside, so he doesn't even know I did it yet, but he'll laugh at me. Which reminds me, I should probably plug in the gimbal too before that goes nuts. There. But anyway, the battery is charging now, so yeah, I can see myself eating on TV, so good. All right, TV on the computer. Okay, then I'll go back to my player here and see where we left off at. You got to go on the other side, Karl. I forgot to charge and locked myself out of the... and it had to reload again. Sorry, there we go. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, now see if I can hold this without shaking it all over the place. As I shake it all over the place. Yep, so there's a hat. I was talking somewhere about that before I realized the camera went dead. That's where she's making that hat that she's working on, where you sew the panels together. Different stitch there, as I was saying. And this wonderful little needle sewing book that she has with all these hand stitch embroideries across. She says, oh, that's really, really old. I made that long time ago. And it's a classic. It looks just as if she made it yesterday. And then the dolls. So this is one kind of doll that she'll make, where she's got stuffed figures, etc. Right now it's learning how to do the karate chop. And then there's some, so you can make your own hat. Or no, some of these are, yeah, there's clothes that are being in progress for the Viking dolls that she made in the book that we showed. So that's going to be a tunic. That's going to be a little bag. And the red one that she picks up soon, that's going to be a little dress. I told her it might be a little small for her. She did agree, so it's better to use for a doll. But she uses every little teeny tiny small pieces of fabric. Some of these Viking dolls have like patches. Oh yeah, that we'll see in a minute. All the little details, the sewing there. There's this coat. I didn't realize that I came back to it, but it's lined. She even lined the coat, made a dress with a little herringbone stitch at the bottom. There you can see the lining. Tablet woven belt, or no, that's not a tablet woven belt, sorry. There we got one hiding in the bowl there. She was taking a bath with the little blanket stitches around and the beads, all those little small details. There's another one. I was trying to get around the corner to see him. And the little leather shoes. So this is the book that she has to make. Yeah, there you go. Little silk on the ends, little pieces to use. That doll looks like a backup dancer for the song Everyone is Kung Fu Fighting. Yep, it could actually. Look at that. Just that little piece of band. She bent it in half, or sewed it in half to make a... Oh yeah, the little tablet weaving hats. Yeah, to make a bag out of it. This coat was amazing. I thought Outer would absolutely love that. There's another hat, a different kind of hat, and she even lined it. I thought, wow, she just goes to all kinds of levels with detail here. There we figure out that the coat was lined to match the dress. Yeah, and the shoes, I get to that one, I think, in a minute. It's sewn directly to the body. Oh, these are little Dublin hats. You can tell when it opens up, there's that little tab there at the end. That's where she's pointing out. So like it's like a kerchief, but it's a Dublin kirtle. And then we have the little hat like she was the one she's making. And then we have body parts everywhere. There's the doll book that we showed that she made. You can buy that book, actually. There you got the shoes that she's kind of sewed them straight in. It was really quite smart. And those 2 dolls she put in the shop, by the way, but they're expensive price because that's a lot of work on those. But definitely worth it. Oh, and then I find out this tunic that's behind there. There she is. Look, see? Just like her picture. Different dress. But look at this one. These little clothes are not quite done yet. She's working on it. But look, little patches with those. Every little small piece of fabric gets used. See there. And there's a dress in the process. Lots of different. I was having so much fun. And she says it's secondhand fabric in some cases. Maybe it was a tablecloth, maybe it was a napkin or something, the linen and the wool. But it's wonderful that she thrifts all these things and gives them new life. Love the patches. I think that's my favorite. I said Karl could have that tunic. And a cloak with extra stitching on there for decorative. Beautiful. And then I said they have to say goodbye, so they wave bye-bye. So that was them. Let's see, I think I might have... Oops, there we're going in... I think that might have been all the movies from today. Yeah, that was. Okay, so then we can catch up, can talk needle binding, or I can make you play Name That Object. Whoops, sorry. Name That Viking Object.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's do Name That Viking Object. Let's see. The tunic probably would fit Karl. Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. Let's see. Let me put this down for a second. I'll catch up on chat. I got some things flying up on my screen, but not everything. We can watch Karl looking thoroughly entertained in the background with Carla. She's still trying to steal food.
No, she's trying to bully Fussy, so he leaves my lap.
I have to switch this to live chat so I get them all too. The little patches are adorable, says Annetta, and that they would definitely, that looks like it would fit you. It probably would. Let's see. And they were starting to blame you. Robert thought maybe you had fallen over the cables because of too much gin. Do you need another one, by the way? Because I forgot to plug in, and when you were outside, it suddenly went reload, or reconnect, and I thought, oh shit, it's right. I remember I wasn't at 100% battery when I started because I was filming an hour before that we left the village, so it didn't have time. But then they figured it out, internet crash, so they were hanging in there, which was good. Let's see. Wood carving only fans? Definitely. Carla, I see what you're doing. Get away from the pizza. Think of Jay's cats. You need to keep your figure. Let's see. Karin, wood carving only fans. I gotta tell Piotr that he's gonna laugh. What? They're fertility symbols. Annette says, I have to resend you some pictures of the resin mushroom jars I made. Oh, I have to check. And then think about nettles there. Let's see. We go over to here. Annette, oh, she said this was an Alice in Wonderland themed pop-up that she did at a book club, and you can see some of the mushroom jars. I have to show you this picture that Annette sent. She works with resin. Let's see if I hold it real still. You can kind of focus and see there. You can see the mushroom jars in the background there. Oh, those are so cool. It's such bright colors too. And then you got the wine stoppers in there as well that she does. There's some more wine stoppers in the front here. The mushroom jars are really cute. Okay, then, let's see. Then we'll find some show and tell here. Oh, I did include this picture intentionally. Let's see if I go back to YouTube so I have the chat in the background. There we go. This one I took intentionally. This is Sally Pointer's book on our shelf. I have 5 copies in the shelf. My desk table's a mess over there. Apparently, this is the problem people are having. I've been seeing it right now there. They're trying to buy them off of Amazon, and Amazon does not say anywhere that it is out of stock. But they're having a stocking issue right now. And so people are waiting forever and ever and ever for their book, and they can't get them. And they think some even blame Sally for this. This is not Sally's problem whatsoever. This is a stocking issue that Amazon is having, probably with Bloomsbury. But some people have purchased directly from Bloomsbury Publishing and had no issues. We do have them, and that's what the picture was for. We have 5 copies left, and I have 15 on back order. So our supplier is also having an issue trying to get a hold of them. But we cannot do shipping over to the United States right now. For one, it's tricky and a pain in the ass to try to send anything to the United States. But if you happen to be in Norway and you want to pick one up, then we have them there, 429 kroner each, which is pretty much akin to the Amazon price, I noticed, because Amazon has them for $42, which is about 429 kroner, give or take. But anyway, so I just wanted to point that out, that is not Sally's fault, that the book is, there's something to do with Amazon. But eventually they're going to have a huge stock of it again. Okay, let's see. Object number 1. Let's start with this thing, Karl. This should be pretty good for some people. Oops, sorry, let me hold this straight here. There. What is it? What do you think? It's a Viking Age find. And I did give him a hint. All of these are found in the same place.
What the hell am I looking at?
You're looking at a stick. A stick on a rock, and you can see there's snow in backwards. This is from well, I can give it away, but that'll make it too easy for people when you look it up. But this is melting glacier finds.
Yeah, this is Lars Pila project, I guess.
What do you think it is? And everybody else can guess too. What do you think it is?
It is very hard to say because the background is very confusing here.
Oh, that's right. He has no night vision, sorry.
So I'm just looking at the stick. No bells and whistles on the stick.
A little decoration right about, well, for one, it's got like almost to a point. It's tapered, sorry. And then there's like a ring there kind of thing, but it's carved in, I believe. And then it has like a little tapered section here and here.
One thing I know that I found in these glacier finds is hunting markers. You put up a stick in the ground with feathers or something on top.
Oh.
Because it moves and animals are afraid of it. And then you drive the animals towards those, and those kind of lead the animals into the killing ground. Whether that's pit trap or...
yeah, I remember somebody was talking about that.
So I think it is a little bit ornate to be that, but I don't know what those look like, so it could be one of those.
We have some more guesses coming up in chat. I was going to say, actually... someone guessed walking stick. This is probably less than a meter in length. I didn't even think to show that. It doesn't say it on there, but... Anyway, a couple more guesses, and then a couple more seconds to guess, and then I'll show what it is. So Karl was guessing maybe it was a marker. Robert guesses it could be a distaff. Annette thinks maybe walking stick. Torben thinks tent pole. Actually, it'd be a really cool looking tent pole. A giant magic wand. That could be pretty close. Let's see if I have the right picture here. Have to just look up for a minute though. If I have the right one, I don't want to give it away. Yep, there we go. I just realized the name of the file was distaff. So this might have been too easy. Okay, a distaff found in the Lendenbraen Pass. This distaff is made from birch and is 1,200 years old. It's from the pass area at Lendbraen, which means the Lend iceberg or glacier. Sorry. Similar distaff has been found in the Oseberg Viking ship burial. Distaffs are tools used to hold the wool while it is being spun. Perhaps someone was spinning wool while walking the long route between the farm and the summer farm. Or it could have been an accidental loss. So, correctamundo. Robert gets that one. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here a little bit just because I seem to be giving away the names on some of these. Item number 2. What is that? Here you have at least a hand so you can see the size of it. What do you think that one is? I'm going to move it towards the middle here so you can see a little bit better.
You use something very similar to stir pots, but it's not... There is no reason why that will be sharpened on the other end.
I'm going to go with Torben and say that this looks like a 10 pole too.
Yeah, it actually could be.
Because
at least it makes sense that it's sharpened in one end.
And it won't go all the way through the ground so easily because it fans out at the top.
Yeah, you use that to tie the rope around. But I suspect this is probably also textile related. But I can't really see how.
See, I thought this would have been an easy one, but those who know, and realize I've got this huge tunnel thing going on in the background image here.
It's not a drop spindle for sure.
No, it's not a drop spindle. I would say for those that are guessing, it is definitely upside down.
So you want the spiky bit up.
The spiky bit goes up. That's why I was thinking it looked like a tent pole if I didn't know what it was, but I recognized it kind of quickly.
So why would you want a clawed thingy pointing down and a spike up?
Yeah. Normally this is made from, you can make them nowadays. Now this is going to be really giving it away. Yeah, it's the infinity strim. I know I got to move it like try to, it's bugging my eyes out. The thing, it's going to be a dead giveaway now for those who know, but you can make it with the top of the Christmas tree. If you have the top of take the top of the Christmas tree, cut the top branches, and then just remove the bark. You get one of these. They still make them today.
If you want to take something out of a bath, like a wool for plant coloring or whatever the fuck, something like this might help. Then again, also, everything is a dildo if you're brave enough.
Well, just, Piotr makes some of those. It's OnlyFans for wood. Let's see, Viking OnlyFans. Torben says, it's for stirring wool when dyeing. Sandy's guessing tent pole. I do think it looks like a tent pole. Karin Okra thinks to mix things. Red Eastby says tent spike. Brutus says it's a whisk. Robert's going with tent peg. Tent stake says Maggie. Torben says dreg. Garcia says staff. Torben says or a clip. Infinite. Yeah, the infinity stream. When I was with Peruta, it's for making. Then I'm with Peruta. It's for making butter. Pot hanger for a fire pit. That's a good idea. I guess you could use it for spinning. Yeah, you probably could actually. Definitely not brave enough. Okay, yeah, sorry, I should try to find a different background for this. Maybe I'll go back to Facebook background. Okay, there, it's a little bit better. It was making me sick just looking at it. No, it's a whisk, actually. Let's see, let me look up for a second if I get the right image. Yeah, there we go. Wooden whisk, radiocarbon dated to the 11th century AD, also found in the Lenbrain Pass. It was perhaps secondarily used as a tent peg. Oh, so we weren't quite wrong. I didn't see the tent peg part. But it was perhaps secondarily used as a tent peg, as such whisks are rarely pointed. The whisk is a kitchen utensil for stirring foods like porridge. It is probably an accidental loss on the route between the main farm and the summer farm. Such whisks are still made today, but they are usually not pointed, so this artifact may have been used secondarily for another purpose, perhaps as a tent peg. Pruda says, I've seen it in museums here too, so I recognized it. Let's see if I put this here for a minute. I have a cat. And then I can find it, Christmas tree whisk. Oh, these are the ones that are, oh, there we go. That's a YouTube video, so I don't want to start that. I was kind of hoping to see more of this kind, because you can also take the branches and bend them this way, and you can get like a modern looking whisk. Oh, here's somebody's actually using it to spin wool. Okay, I gotta show this. So I guess we're all kind of right on this one. But there you have them in a dish and a pot. Then they show you how to make one in that video. And then further down here, look at that. Somebody even used one to spin wool. I would be worried those little pegs would get stuck on my wool. But here you can also see they've sometimes bend them back and make a more little modern looking one. Let's see, we can stare at Karl for a minute while I get the next one. But yeah, so I guess we were all kind of right. I didn't see the thing about the tent peg, but it's like a really wide base on that thing and very pointed. So it kind of looked like one to me. Ah, that one's going to be a hard one. Let's go with... Okay, this one you might recognize if, let's see. Sorry, when I went to flip the screen, I hit the microphone button. Pruda has it right. I realized I gave it away by showing the picture, the final picture, but the audio's back now. It's me hitting the microphone on accident. But there you go. It's the Nalbinding tunic. Whoop, there, the cord got pulled on the thing there. But you should have audio now. Anyway, there might be a little catch up. But it's the Nalbinding tunic that was found. The Nalbinding tunic, which dates to the year 300, is the oldest piece of clothing ever found in Norway. The tunic is made from wool, which was spun and woven. It survived because it's been inside the ice for most of the time since it was lost. Clothing is also known from glaciated mountain passes in the Alps. One reason they were left there could be hypothermia. This I thought was kind of interesting. When people are freezing to death, they become very warm in the final stages, which can lead to undressing. It's a paradoxical behavior. But yeah, that's the Nalbinding tunic. I can see if I can find it. See the button or the icon to turn the camera is right over the microphone button. It's about this far apart. So I didn't realize it, but I hit it on accident and muted myself. But I can see if I can show you the Nalbinding tunic. Nalbinding and tunic reconstruction. Nalbinding, I always pronounce. Okay, there we go. You can see the whole thing now, because this is kind of interesting too, in my opinion. Let's see if I can flip this without. There, you can kind of see the whole thing. Maybe if I click on that one. Okay, this is sideways, but anyway, you could see that they used it from the cloth widthwise, actually, I think for the base, and then they put their shoulders in, or the sleeves in after that. And there's even a patched job right about there, I think, and another patch somewhere in the middle. So it's nice to see that they were repairing it. But that is basically what the tunic looked like. I could see it was fabric, but it was all scrunched up, so it was hard to see. Now, the thing is, there's not really any Viking finds that, here's a reconstruction of it that we got to see. If they made it, you can see it was two different pieces of cloth. Sorry, I have to zoom back a little bit. But yeah, the thing is, they haven't really, I think that is the most complete garment they've found in Norway from the Viking Age. The sleeves are
it
unusually
was
long and
from
narrow.
the year 300, right?
300, yeah.
So not the Viking Age then.
No, sorry. It's right before, actually. But yeah. Okay, so there's so much for my Strange Viking Age finds. Let's see. Let's stare at Carla for a minute here. Trying to make all Jay's cats hot and bothered. Okay, then we have this one. What do you think that is? And this has a ruler marker so you can see.
Snowshoe.
What kind of snowshoe?
Possibly for a horse.
How did you know that? They're not even getting to guess and you got that. It's a horse snowshoe. How did you know that? I didn't even know horses had snowshoes.
I was about to say human, but as soon as you asked the follow-up question, human couldn't possibly be the right answer. So I assumed what kind of animals would I be traveling with, and the only sensible explanation was a horse.
Yeah, I would not have known that. I didn't know horses had snowshoes. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. So I guess the whole. How does that exactly work then? You think it's just all, it kind of just spreads out the mass so that they don't.
Yeah, so they don't go too deep in the snow.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly like human snowshoes.
Yeah. True, Gertil Hest. Yeah, you guys got it. I thought that would have been a harder one. But there we are. It is, the horseshoe was found in Lembrian Pass. Horseshoes are known for historical sources. However, to our knowledge, this is the first horse snowshoe found on an archaeological site. We have 2 more such snowshoes from Len that are less well preserved. The snowshoe was, let's see, there we go. The snowshoe was used when the snow was either powdery or rotten, so winter or spring, early summer. They are not necessary when the snow is firm. Losing one of them would make crossing the snow more difficult depending on the snow conditions. Annette had a question. A ring for floppy tent poles. Torben stuck. Annette asked a question. Did horses have other shoes in the Viking Age, Karl, like horseshoes they have today?
At least some horseshoe designs from the Viking Age is different, but I think they also had the type that we have today.
Ah, okay.
Remember, iron is expensive in the Viking Age, so everything is kind of minimalist.
Robert says, that's something I've never come across before. No, I wouldn't have thought of that either. I didn't even realize they had them. Radisby says, I thought it was either snowshoes or one of those things that you have at the bottom of ski staffs to make them not sink in the snow as far. Oh, yeah, the little ring that goes in the bottom so that they, yeah, as you said, so they don't sink too far into the snow. That actually would have been a good thing, too. We do know they had skis, the Birkebeiner. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but, did they do that with their poles? I don't know. Let's see. We'll stare at Carla for a minute here while I find another one. She's being very nice today. Probably because she's pouting that she can't have food. This one, this one is, it could be easy and it could be hard. This is, I don't know how big this is, but I'm thinking not very big. What's that Saturday? Oh, yeah, Max was thinking kind of look like a bear trap. It did. Yeah, we'll have to do a little bit of needle binding in the end, too, to show you, but it's the same stitch we've been working on, so. How's the G and T, Carl? Oh, he needs another one, I think, but I kind of cut him off by standing in between it with a cord. But this one, what do you think this one is? This is probably maybe 2 hand lengths, I'm thinking. I'm not sure. It's pretty zoomed in on the ice there, though, so it could be small. It could be about a hand length or bigger. Like, it's possibly the size it is on the computer screen. What do you think it is? I see there's a nail in there. That kind of gives you an idea of the size. Has some leather straps around it, or on one side of it. Got some good guesses coming in. One thing I thought was a little interesting. I like some of these guesses. This end is different. See there? But you can see the size of the nail. It's But that end is different than this end. So what do you think it is?
I'm trying to understand the purpose of the leather straps. Because it looks like it kind of has a lid, but the leather straps don't look solid enough to keep the lid in place. So...
Oh yeah, that's something I didn't notice. This would be an interesting clue. There's wood covering here, but not there.
Yeah.
And then if we look at the other end of it, it's protruding on that side, where there's a gap.
It's a container of some sort, but I don't understand why it has this design. And it's also massive, so it looks like not something that is designed to be carried around, but it's...
Well, it's not that massive. If you look at the size of the nail, I would think that this is maybe longer than a length of hand, but not much. But shorter than 2 lengths of hand. Also, look at the size of the ice crystals on the snow that it's sitting on.
Could it be a tinderbox for you have your glowing charcoal and you cover it in ash inside this thing, so you have a fire source?
Let's see. The guesses are... let's see. Quiver, says Rodisby. Annetta says, is that leather straps on whatever it is? Yeah, it is, but it's only on one side, it seems. Snowboard, says Karin Okra. Rodisby says ice skates. Torben says Vaseline container. Of course he would say that. A skate. A plane for woodworking. Oh, that's a good guess, too. Looks like some kind of box with a sliding lid. That's the kind of thing I didn't notice until we were looking at it just now. Yeah, it's got a sliding lid on it. And Moreau says it looks like a box. Rodisby says like 1/2 meter. I'm thinking, yeah, or less, I think. I don't know if it actually says the size here. Let's see. But you guessed correctly. It is a tinderbox. A tinderbox found in Lenbray, and of course, the tinderbox contained wooden sticks and small bits of resin-filled wood. It's not dated or analyzed yet, and it's probably an accidental loss since it is complete. We think that it is likely to date to the Viking Age or the medieval period, 500 to 1,000 years old, but it could also be younger or older. But yeah, tinderbox. And says, Arnetta says, a marriage counselor, you pick it up and heave it at your spouse. But I'm thinking, I like that. But I'm thinking the straps are so that you could attach it to your belt. But what do you think? Why would there be straps on it? I'm going to take a bite of my food here.
I think the straps are just there to keep the sliding lid in place.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They look too big and loose for that, but hey, fuck, it's leather and it's been on an ice glacier for 1,000 years, so it probably isn't as tight as it used to be.
Yeah, maybe. Because it doesn't go all the way around. It's just on the one side there. Okay. Let's see. We'll look up here for a minute. We'll look over here. I'll find another picture. I think I have 2 more. This one. Nope, that's not it. I thought it was... I think this looks hard to see. Oops, this is going to be a hard one. There. There, I can hold it still now. What is that? Obviously, you can see the size of it because it's in somebody's hand. But I would never have guessed what this was. A bobbin is guessing Robin. That's actually a pretty good guess. I like the way that looks. I would consider using that as a bobbin, yeah. A handle for a bag, that's another good guess. Viking toilet paper holder, easy, says Rodisby. Well, you're not even trying anymore. Curtain rod for really tiny windows, says Torben. London Brave Pass. This was up on a bobbin, a toothpick, a leather design tool. Oh, I could see that being used as a leather design tool as well. But actually, here's the tip. It is not a tool. And I don't even know how they, I don't even know how they would know what this is for. but it's not a tool. So, Icicle Shank, says Max. Max has got some issues he has to deal with his coworkers. Hairpin? Yeah, you could almost use it like a cloak pin too, I guess, if you tied a string around one end. Beginner gym equipment. I could lift that. An ice pick. Well, it's made of wood, so it wouldn't be a very strong ice pick. It'd be probably, well, I see one side's got worn down a bit compared to the other, but Adrian's here. He says, is it meant to be something you can hang stuff from decoratively? No. Okay, so now I'll make it a little bit easier. I still wouldn't guess this though. It is something to do with an animal. You use it with an animal. No sick thoughts. This is not
A bit for a horse.
No. Button asks Nolvia. A stylus is Robert Reynolds. That's right, it's a stylus. No. Toothpick, horse bit. That's another one Prudu's guessing too. Grime, writing pen, says Janice. Verdisby says, the horse bite. Cat toy. Well, yeah, but look at the size of it and look at his hand. It'd be too small for a horse, I would think.
No, that's
I don't know. Try sticking your hand in your mouth. How? What Peruta said. Okay, so let's see if we can find it on here. Zoom in a little somewhere different. You were close. It is a goat bit. So there we are. A wooden bit for a goat, kid, or lamb, radiocarbon dated to the 11th century AD, found in the Lendbrain Pass. It is a bit for young animals, mainly goat kids and lambs, to stop them from getting milk from their mothers. Identified by local elders who used such bits in juniper until the 1930s. Ours is also in juniper, but radiocarbon dated to the 11th century AD. It is a testimony to farm animals having used the Lendbrain Pass. I would have never thought of that. A goat bit.
No, right.
But it makes sense if they don't want the kid to drink the milk. They, save some of the milk for the lactose-tolerant Vikings.
Mm.
Yeah. But I would have, anyway, so that was, but I kind of like how the hell did they figure that out, the archaeologists? But
No, they say it straight out.
Identified by local elders.
They asked the local elders, which is often a good idea.
Because you can see that it could, you could have something to hold it on each side there, but... And then, of course, the fact that it was wood would be fine for their teeth. It wouldn't be too hard. For a kid, let's see. I think I have one more in here. We're going to look at this one first. What is that? This is not from the Lendbrain Pass.
This very much looks like something Doctor Who would be fighting on a weekly basis.
I gotta say, I think this is small. Like, real small. But,
Let's hope so, for Doctor Who's sake.
A zoo, says Anne Moreau. A chess piece, says Maggie. Early Space Marine, says Torben. I think he's got it. There are a couple other pictures of this. Let's see. Becomes a little bit more easy to see in this one. A bird puking its guts out. Says Max. It's the rear view of Space Marine with a bird on his shoulder, says Robert. Odin, says Torben.
Two ravens, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, this picture's a lot more easy to identify.
Flying
a Viking garden gnome, says Annetta.
What the flying fuck is he wearing? And
well, if the women have one row of beads on their neck, he's definitely got a whole ton of them there. If it's a he, maybe it's a female, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know because I looked it up. But there's a cloak on there. Torben's pointing out that there is one eye. I think that would be the giveaway. Janice is guessing sculpture. Birdie says looks like something Indiana Jones would use to destroy the temple. To destroy a temple to get. There's one more picture. Oops. Let's see. That one is just another angle. But this is one of those things they would use to determine what kind of clothing people wore in the Viking Age, by the way.
Yeah,
A guy
because
sitting
this
on a
thing
fancy
is-
toilet. It's a COVID.
this
I
thing
think this
is
was
super
still the best
helpful.
picture. No, I think this one was still the better. He's sitting on a toilet. Okay. Anyway, what do you think, Carl? Amaral says Odin on a chair with two ravens, ravens. I gotta say, when he points out the one eye, I think Odin as well. And then there are two ravens there.
No, I think
So it's basically a mannequin, Viking crazy cat lady, says Rodisby. Okay, let's see. This one I actually left open on the page. I think it was... So this is the Londonbray one, by the way, if you wanted to take a look at that. This is where they're finding most of those things that we saw. There's a spear as well. But that was pretty flippin' obvious what that was, but I like the way they joined it together. And I think, let's see, there you find the tinderbox, a complete tinderbox, horse snowshoe, the Lembray tunic, kitchen whisk, and the goat bit. Oh, and the birch distaff. Is that all of them? Yeah. This page will teach you about, let's see if I can get there. Viking artifact of Odin found in Denmark. So they're guessing Odin, but the article was kind of good. Viking artifact of Odin found in Denmark. Odin was this Viking supreme god who ruled over the land of Osgard, the land of the gods. He fathered many powerful and well-known gods like Thor, god of thunder, Heimdall, the guardsman of Osgard, or Balder, god of light. Odin was among the most respected and worshipped gods in the Viking Age. The Vikings accepted Odin to their heart and worshipped him for the power to make their foes get down on their knees. On the second day of September 2009, Odin from Leira. On the second day of September 2009, a local amateur archaeologist, Tommy Olesson, found a small figurine during an excavation at the small village Gammelleire to the east of Denmark. They believe the figurine tried to depict Odin the Allfather sitting on his high throne up in Osgard. His high throne was the, oh my god, how do you say that word?
I can see the word from here, so it's very hard for me to say.
Let's see. It looks very Old Norse. Hilskaflu. Hillerskjafsjolfu? I don't know. The statue is believed to date back to the 10th century, around 900 AD. Indeed, right at the beginning of Grimnismal, of the Poetic Edda, Odin was depicted to sit on his high throne while with his wife Frigg, who was the chief goddess up in Osgard. They sat there and watched what the whole world was doing. His high throne was one of the ways that Odin earned himself a knowledge. And here's a modern depiction with the wings and everything.
That's not a modern depiction.
No, you've seen him with a feather?
This is a depiction from the 1800s.
Yeah. Okay, well, still after the Viking Age. Odin on his high throne. Take a look at the statue from Leira. We can easily see the features remind us of Odin the Allfather. Maybe we can do like that so you can see it. There are two ravens perching on the arms of the chair with two beasts in the back of the chair. The ravens are believed to be Odin's ravens, Hugin and Munin, while the beasts were another Odin's constant companions, Geri and Freki. One eye of the figure is damaged, or there isn't there from the start. God Odin once sacrificed his eye to gain more knowledge from the well of Mimir. The chair is the high throne of Odin, from which he can observe the whole world. However, there were other theories upon the figurine as well. This is what I thought was interesting. Some archaeologists didn't agree with the thought that the statue was from Leira was depicting Odin. Their reason was that the figurine was wearing a dress, so this figure couldn't be Odin. Rather, it was Freya, god of love and war. The figure even wore a necklace, which is mainly attributed to Freya because the goddess Freya loved jewelry. But in Norse sagas, depiction of Freya, raven, and wolves was not a common thing. Freya always appeared with cats, but not ravens or wolves. See, because that's kind of looks like, what you'd have hanging from turtles' brooches, but...
Yeah, but first of all, Odin doesn't really care about gender norms. He's a male god of magic in a society where magic is feminine.
Yeah?
Secondly, I cannot say what this is supposed to represent when it comes to clothing. He seems to be wearing a scarf.
Yeah, a cowl, but we know the cowls aren't from Viking Age. We make them with Nalbinding, but they're not actually Viking. It could be, or it could be, the cloak is kind of...
Well, no, my point is that as per usual, when it comes to Viking Age representations, we don't know what they're trying to say when it comes to their clothes.
No beards is Nolvia, yeah. I'm thinking they just didn't know how to draw mouths. So they just put one like that over them.
Oh, the artistry here is excellent.
Brynja, maybe.
If you look at the ravens
Torben.
and the beasts, the artist here knows he knows his business.
Yeah, he does.
So I don't think he would just be going...
A scarf or a really interesting mustache, says Rodisby.
it could be an enormous amount of gold torques.
Roger says, have you considered that Odin got his moniker God of Thunder for his deadly farts? That could explain the dead animals in the back. There's a little bit more. Another theory is 2 ravens perching on the arms, 2 wolves behind his back, and 1 eye damaged, is from the picture. Another theory is that the figure was Frigg, Odin's wife. She was there to observe the world when her husband was away. This theory, however, wasn't persuasive enough. Anyway, the majority agree that the figure depicted Odin the Allfather. Until the theory is persuasive enough and widely accepted, we still believe the small figurine was a work to worship Odin the Allfather in the Viking Age.
I don't know how much more evidence you would want for this to be Odin.
No, I have to agree.
Greki, Freki, 1 eye.
1 eye.
That should be the long and the short of it. Going, oh yeah, no, but then again, Freya likes jewelry and the red stripes on his.
Yeah, that could be just tablet weaving or something hanging down.
Everybody in the Viking Age.
Oh no, it goes all the way down and crosses over.
Everybody in the Viking Age, irrespective of gender, likes jewelry.
Oh yeah.
It's
a way of showing your wealth.
Yeah, so...
Young Odin before the beard, says Novia. Could be.
I do not understand what the Freya argument is based on here.
No.
Frigg actually kind of makes sense, because at least she would have access to the goddamn throne.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But
either she lost an eye or it wasn't there to begin with, and it wasn't, but...
Yeah, she is pretending to be her husband, though, so she is trying to trick the ravens, and the ravens are just not having it. They're just staring at her and going, what the fuck are you doing here?
Anyway, that was kind of fun. I like playing that game. So we can figure out what it is, but I'll see if I can find out something, some more of these for next week, too. This was kind of fun. Wednesday is Odin's Day, that's true.
It's a thing that people keep doing, and it annoys me. They have an idea in their head that they really, really want to be true. And then they find evidence that confirms with that theory, and basically ignore every piece of contradicting evidence in existence. Like, do you remember a couple of years ago, the Swedish historian woman who thought the Vikings were Muslim?
Oh, yeah. I don't think I really spent time with her, but I remember you telling me about her anyway.
You find the symbol for Allah some places in Viking finds. Mostly because the Arabs write it on everything, and the Vikings like to steal from the Arabs. But the Vikings see this symbol and go, yeah, okay, this is probably a powerful magical symbol because the people down there seems to like it and are doing pretty well for themselves. So the Vikings put them on some things.
Sorry.
That does not mean that they are Muslims.
No.
And the contradicting evidence is, well, both of the Eddas, everything Ahmed Ibn Fadlan says, because I would think that this guy would notice if his traveling companions that he considers to be unwashed heathens were actually Muslims in disguise. The whole theory is based on her wanting the Vikings to be Muslims for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, but it's interesting to see where theories come from. So one thing that I actually kind of liked about that article was though that I mean I kind of is once you see Odin you can't unsee it. You got the one eye, you got the two ravens, you got Geri and Freki. But the one that thought maybe it was Freya and another one that thought maybe it was Frigg. I thought it was just interesting that they came to other conclusions.
I can think it's Balder or Loki.
Yeah.
And I can make an argument for it that is about as good as the Freya argument. But that doesn't make it so.
No, it doesn't. But I did think the clothing was kind of interesting because it's got one of those where the cloak doesn't open here, but rather it's like it goes like this, so there's like a hole in the middle of the cloak, or the 1/3 of the cloak anyway, to wear it. And then you've got all the jewelry. Maybe it's chainmail. I don't know, but the rings are going the wrong way. But what it's supposed to represent it.
Yeah,
and then you've got that panel that on the front, but we have a lot of silk applique that some pieces have been found in some parts.
Their art is not photorealistic, and very much of the art from the Viking Age illustrates clothes we have no idea what the fuck they are.
Imagine if the statues in our village for the gods were photorealistic. Where one of them looks like this. No.
Well, the thing with gods...
For a while, Freya looked like a man.
The thing with gods is that they will not show up in person to be photographed.
No.
But they are wearing some kind of clothes. And you would assume that the Vikings would put them in clothes similar to, but a better version of their own.
Yeah.
But that is not necessarily the case.
No.
I don't think a lot of Christians think that Almighty God wears jeans, for instance.
Torben has sent a photo I have to show you too. When we were talking about the tablet weaving, but this is braiding. So 17th of May is coming up. It's Norwegian Constitution Day tomorrow. And there you can see he sent us a picture of his hosebond for his bunad. Hosebond would be hose band, or the bands that kind of hold your socks up, I guess. Or, yeah, anyhow, but this one is braiding. If you look real close, you can kind of see. And a lot of the Norwegian costumes will have some of that on there. Traditional folk costumes, which are bunads. Is the purse yours too, though, Torben, or is it like a kit to put it? No, it looks like a purse. It also could be a hat kind of thing, but I think it's a purse. But that one's nice with the braid ring. But this has nothing to do with Viking Age. But this is the technique. Actually, this braiding technique is found that far back. Ah, that is a hat, and it's Alva's. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's so cute. Oh, you're gonna have to include pictures of the 17th of May when you guys go in the parade, so we can see. 17th of May is well, you basically grill and have hot dogs and ice cream, and maybe you eat shrimp, but on open face bread with shrimp in it. Those are the things that I've always had for the 17th of May, depending where you are. But you get all dressed up. So, I mean, the hot dogs and the ice cream, that's something that's similar to the 4th of July when we have our, Independence Day in the United States. But for the Norwegian Constitution Day, though, you guys get, I mean, we're like cut-off jeans and a t-shirt. But you guys go all out with your traditional costumes. They're called bunads. Norwegian bunad. We could look up for one for Selja. See if what yours would look like.
That would be Norfjord.
Norfjord. So you can see different parts of where they come from based on the outfits that they would wear. Oh yeah, I recognize your sister has this one. Let's see if we can find. No, it doesn't show the full one. Let's see. Herre og. Okay, we'll just do it like this. So if Karl had one, I just muted myself again. If Karl had one there, he would look like that. It's not focusing very well. There you go. There's another one without the vest. Here, even got a pocket watch chain. I have to pull back a little bit. But your sister actually has one that has this kind of apron. The black one. There's some different versions, though. The black one with the red vest, or here's another one with different ties. Norfjord Bunad. So that's the part that you come from. Where's this one? Sunnfjord. Are you Sunnfjord?
No, of course I'm not.
I'm trying to insult him by calling him from a different region than he's from. Yep. But then we have Hardanger. Let's see. Hardanger, I think, would be the... Look at these ones. Although this would be the bridal thing, though. Only the brides wear the crowns, right? Here's a Sogna Bunad. Okay, I'll look that one up. They get very decorative, these. And there's the men's as well. Let's look up... Oh, here's another one. This is where, when you hear about Hardanger stitching, you can see on the base of her dress, that's Hardanger. Some of them also have these beaded inserts on the vest. And they all have this silver all the way around. You get, I think, the belt for your confirmation, and you spend the rest of your life collecting the little pieces that stick to it. Sognafjord. Sogna. Bunad. There you go. So is that the one you're going to look like there? Or do you have the red version? Which one's going to be you, Torben? Viking clothing? Things have changed. Oh, yeah. No, this is traditional Norwegian folk costume.
Well, it's kind of a snapshot. These are from the early 1800s.
Kaya's here.
They're kind of based on...
Not jeans, but maybe Birkenstocks. Yeah, that would be the 7th.
There wasn't a system
version
for it originally. It's just that kind of fashion changes a little bit based on district when you have farmers that don't move around much.
I suspect this is a more modern one because of the fabric choice on the dress.
So when Norway was independent for about a few months in 1814, and very quickly wrote a constitution before we all of a sudden ended up as part of Sweden for the next 90 or so years. This is what rural people would wear as party clothes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Weddings and funerals. There's the Telemark one. This is one of the more popular ones. That one has a band on it, which basically kept tablet weaving from going extinct. And those are woven with 50 cards. That one there. But Telemark is one of the more decorated ones. Here, this one too. My father-in-law has this one. But there's so many different versions, but it's so cool to see on the 17th of May. Now imagine wherever you go in Norway, you're going to see people looking like this walking down the street. It's almost like, Harry Potter's world where you're walking in the Muggle world and suddenly you see one of those robed people walking by. It's kind of the same thing. You see these beautiful costumes, but they're everywhere. And then sometime around midday, then they swap into regular clothes and eat hot dogs.
You should see them. It's also in confirmations, people wear them. And we have the season for that right about now, I think. May is confirmation season. And then you see these big parades that they go in. Oh my God, this is kind of hard to zoom in on. This is outside the castle, though, on Karl Johan's gate. These are all the different schools, but here you can see they're all wearing these outfits. There's another one, Austagder, which is one of the more flamboyant ones at the bottom. They're on their way up to the castle in Norway. Anyway, so you get these huge big flags. This is very differently. So we kind of dress down for the 4th of July in the United States, but you guys dress up big time for the 17th of May.
Let's see. I think I got another picture from Torben. Oh, yeah, that's cute. I got to show. Here's his kids. You can see the hat, though, that Ylva has on his daughter. Isn't there? Hold it real still there. Isn't that cute? They're adorable, and they're 1 year older. So I'm looking for follow-up pictures. But, yeah, that hat is amazing. Look at that one. It's so cute. These still they're like little buttons. They just want to squeeze those cheeks. She looks like she's really happy to have that picture taken. With little hardongers. But yeah, they're absolutely adorable. But these are also, these outfits that you guys have, you carry these on for generations. You pass them down. I think my kids have now inherited ones that originated from their great-great-grandmother on both sides. And then it gets passed down to the daughter, and then the daughter after that. But they're absolutely cute. Okay, we got to do the bee stitch. We are now at about 2 hours, or what I'm hoping is the bee stitch. I still haven't quite confirmed if I'm doing that correctly or not. Let's see. Looking a little bit, catching up a little bit on comments. Snazzy! Okay, we got to look at the Swedish fall costumes just because we're at it here, since we got a couple Swedish represented. Swedish folk costumes. These are also separated by region, but they are kind of different. They're much different in color. These ones I've seen, they almost look like pilgrims. Are the costumes very expensive? Yeah. I think just to buy a female, just the kit to put it together can be like something like 50,000 kroner.
I would expect the Swedish ones to be cheaper because, well, they're Swedish.
I'm not talking about the Swedes anymore. I'm talking about the Norwegian ones, but that one, look at this one too, though. 70 to 80,000, yeah. Is that for a kit or is that for one finished? Because I think it was something like 25 to 50,000 just to get the material. You have to, because you have to buy the kit from the society. You can't just kind of go out and sew your own.
I believe that is for the finished product, but
there's more from Sweden. There's another one from Sweden. So they're a little similar, but again, a little bit different. Oh, this hat I've seen too in a Norwegian bunad one. That head scarf there. It kind of folds backwards like that. Midsummer vibes, yeah. There was, I forgot what I was going to look up. Anyway, one thing I have to kind of tell, which is kind of a cute story. In October or whatever, they have a UN day or something, but then my kids would have, at the Barnehage or the kindergarten, they would have, they would encourage kids to each come with a traditional folk costume from their country, and you can, oh, that's what I was going to talk about, Festdrack. But anyway, so they could, dress up and kind of show off where they're from, because it's getting more and more multicultural. So then I'm sitting there, they've got kids from Latvia, they get kids from Finland and Iceland and Poland, and I'm sitting there with my kids from the United States going, we don't really have a traditional folk costume. What are you going to dress them up like a pilgrim? But that's not quite the same thing either. All right, Quaker. No, so I didn't really know what to do, but I thought, okay, what's really American? And my kids just absolutely loved this. They're twins. I sent one of them looking like Minnie Mouse and the other one looking like Spider-Man, because that was very American. And the people at the kindergarten thought it was just the cutest thing, because you knew damn well right away as soon as you saw them, oh, those are American. So there you go. If you want an American costume, you're gonna dress up like a Mickey Mouse or Superman or but no, Minnie Mouse and Spider-Man. So that was one of my favorite things. But Liga reminded me of that because she was wondering, is it okay to go with, her daughter has a Latvian folk costume. Is it okay for them to wear the costume of their country in the 17th of May parade? Yeah, it is. But if you wave another flag, it's considered disrespectful. So if she wants to wear the Latvian folk costume, that's absolutely okay. But you shouldn't be waving a Latvian flag. Am I right with that? That's what I was answering.
I would say that's pretty close to the mark.
Yeah. We did have some, I remember once I saw they were trying to wave an American and Norwegian flag at the same time, but still, it's not your day, it's Norway's day. So that's why they would get upset by that. Oh, Torben also has a picture of the bridal crown that has been in his family since the 1700s. Oh, look at this thing. Muted myself again. There we go.
One of these days you're going to learn how to do YouTube, woman.
Well, no, the button's close together, and unfortunately my finger's flipping huge. But look at that, isn't that cool? And that's been in your family since the 1700s. Norway has such traditions. My family didn't even enter the United States until 1906. That is really cool. I was going to show something that it made me think of. Here is festdrakter, which is for those who can't necessarily afford a bunad but want to participate. There's another thing. You can now wear something called a festdrakt. It's a modern version of bunad. Not that one. That one's for Holger. Holger's coming soon, by the way. No, these would be festdrakter. So there is no bunad that looks like this by any region whatsoever, but it is made and inspired by the Norwegian bunads, but they're quite modern. But it's much less to make. And another thing that's becoming popular, and I might be ruining this person's bunad, is to make a redesign one. But it'll basically have a full skirt. It'll have an apron. It'll have this vest type thing and a dressy shirt underneath where you can put all your silver, called sølje, on it, and then a big belt kind of thing. And then you wear these shoes with the buckles on them.
When you say popular, do you mean popular among crazy hippie people?
Okay, what about that? Do you call those people crazy hippie people because those are recycled festbunad?
Yep, that's crazy hippie people. That's pretty much by definition crazy hippie people.
But it is, okay, yeah, let's look at some more of these. I want to see redesign. Redesign. What did they come up with? Some of them are really cool. Some of them are like curtains. Oh, yeah, here's another one. Okay, so this is redesign. But it's really cool to see what they come up with. They'll take different fabrics that are shiny. That one. And here's another one. Redesign. That one looks kind of like... oh, there's the front of it. But it's interesting to see what people come up with. That one's very pink and blue.
When I was in Sogndal, some people were laughing at me for using a pillow cover as a hat when it was a very cold day.
You used a pillow cover as a...
But they were only laughing for about a month, because a month later a girl we used to play role-playing games with showed up wearing her carpet as a cloak.
Oh, here's one where they took a...
Jesus Christ.
They took a course string, what do you call that, klostersarm, but that type of stitching anyway, and made one out of it. Junior Gorg, says Torben.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are acceptable to be worn at the 17th of May. It has also become very acceptable to wear Viking reenactment.
We are extremely tolerant people. As long as you hide your naughty bits, you're okay. But this is actually borderline insulting.
I gotta say, I'm with you on this one. I just can't see that one. I'm sorry if I'm insulting whoever that is, but this one, the article name is Festdrakter, do see yourself. Ones that you can sew for yourselves.
Yeah, no, if your idea of party is licking some LSD stamps in a tent on Hardangervidda by yourself, that's the clothes for you.
There you have the authentic Norwegian reaction to the redesign. Well, you know, I mean, you gotta where the budget needs to be anyway. But there's something.
Just hide your naughty bits. It costs nothing. You can use a napkin.
So you can't wear Daisy Dukes and a t-shirt, a cut-off t-shirt.
There are lots of kids in the 17th of May parade. We don't want them to see your reproductive system. Aside from that, fine and dandy.
So as long as you don't have like a camel toe going on. You know, some of the redesigned ones are nice, but I gotta give it to you. That one was a bit
crazy hippie people.
You know what? It reminds me of Raggedy Ann over there. Go get her for me. She's underneath she's right next to the basket there. Raggedy Ann and Andy could be wearing festdrakter. Because she's, Holly Hobby was another one of those where they were redesigned. There she is. She's got a little cat hair on her. Poor thing. So Raggedy Ann could be wearing a festdrakt. What do you think? Could it work? Oops, sorry. We don't want to show any naughty bits. Let me just hike up her pants here. Nope, no naughty bits are being shown. But I'll give you a sneak peek. My mommy loves me. So there, is she wearing a bunad? Could that be a festdrakt?
Ask an unsung woman. Your crazy hippie doll doesn't pass.
She does kind of need, well, she kind of has half long, 3/4 length sleeves, I think. There. Oh, no, it is full length sleeve because that's her thumb. My mom used to make these in the 70s and sell them for extra money. And I had one, my brothers had one. Well, I had Annie, my brothers had Andy. Anyway, I think the dog bit mine or something, or I don't know what happened anyway. But I always remembered my mom making these dolls when we were kids. And I remember saying, oh, I kind of missed mine. I used to have it. I was so proud of these. But it was like it's such a defining moment of the 70s for me was the Raggedy Ann dolls. I was born in 72, so I don't know how much of the 70s I really remember. But this one and Holly Hobby anyway, but this one I always thought of because my mom used to make all these anyway. But so she made me a new one a couple of years ago. So she keeps the chair company over there. She can hang out by the ocarinas. Kaya says, I think the fest drop option is awesome. It's cool that the tradition in making some of the redesigned ones are beautiful. Some of those redesigned ones were flipping amazing. Just that one picture, I kind of have to agree with Karl, though. It was a little too, Little House on the Prairie, Holly Hobby kind of thing. Annette says, I had a life-size Holly Hobby doll as a kid. It used to terrify me in the middle of the night. A life-size one. Wow, and here I thought Annie was big. If you don't know who... Oh, yeah, and Annie's always got to have striped socks. I have to show you Holly Hobby if you don't know, if you don't remember Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby started out as like a drawing that you could have swore was something Carlson in Sweden could have made out. But this is Holly Hobby, and she had all these patches. But the way the dolls were is like that. And so if you were a kid of the 70s or a girl of the 70s, you probably had Holly Hobby dolls. There's like the original book, Holly Hobby. And let's see what Karl probably had. Let's see when he gets back. I got an idea. I can't type with my left hand. I'm thinking he probably had one of these. Skeletor! He's the bad guy in He-Man. We'll ask him what he played with. My brothers played with G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures. Okay, anyway, let's get some needle binding while he's out there. I have been kind of horrible on that. Annetta says, yeah, I don't know where my aunt found it, but Holly was easily 5 feet tall. BJ says, I didn't have dolls, though. I didn't know there were any. I think I had one Barbie doll, and I cut all her hair off. So that's probably why I don't remember having too many Barbie dolls. I had my friend Mandy. I remembered that, too. There was my friend Mandy and my friend Jenny. My friend Mandy doll. I don't know why I didn't think of that till now, but all the pictures I'm finding is dolls that don't look as good as they probably did when they were new. That might have been what my friend Mandy would have looked like. Let's see. Like that. Whoop, there. Then there was my friend Jenny. She had longer brown hair. Let's see if we can find what she probably looked. Oh, I guess she would have looked like that. Anyway, but that definitely I was just out of range of the Cabbage Patch Kids. Thank the hell. I mean, the kids I went to school with were getting them, but I just didn't like them. But it was insane. I think people were ripping apart department stores trying to find them. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way. And then we can focus at all the alcohol and some needle binding. If I can find it, it's underneath the pizza. And then we'll do the stitch of the month, which is, okay, there we go. Paint it down. Let's see. There we go. So I have way too much string on here. I remember okay, this is what I'm calling I think is Justin's bee stitch. It looks a lot like it. Or I would classify it as Russian stitch 2 + 1 + 1, but F1B1 connection, and also with a plated edge, by the way. I have to do 1 or 2 stitches here. I realized I just changed the yarn. Let's see. Karl, what kind of toy did you play with in the 70s, if you remember any of them? He was in 75.
I was barely 5 years old when the 70s ended.
I took a picture of one person I thought maybe you played with, one figure or something, but... Did you have G.I. Joe figures, or was that just before your time? My brothers had G.I.
After my time, like full had them.
Yeah, my brother grew up with G.I. Joe. Oh, and the $6 Million Man.
Didn't come to Norway then until...
Let's see.
Masters of the Universe, though.
I knew it! I did have it guessed. I showed him Skeletor. Masters of the Universe or He-Man. Okay, way too long of yarn here. So I was doing a lazy join because I don't want to get too much dirt on the white yarn here. I'm going to do 1 more stitch and then I'll show you what I did here.
Can you send me some alcohol, woman?
Would you like some alcohol, Karl?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1 moment. I just finished this stitch here. Then I can show it a little bit properly. I got to get that other yarn out of the way so it's easier to see. Plated edge. Okay, this one has an F1B1 connection, front one, back one. But when I'm increasing, I'm just doing 1 through the previous stitch and not F1B1. Here you go. You're going to have to put them on the floor over there. Out of space for you. Do you even need the measure, or are you just going to flip and wing it?
I need the measure.
He needs the jigger so he can make it properly too strong. Okay, let me slide down further. Carla still hasn't given up on the pizza thing.
It's the most expensive free jigger I've ever seen.
Yeah, the story of it. We were going through tax-free and we saw a green bottle with one of these attached to it. I thought, oh, I've been looking for a jigger for the longest time. It was like a 1.5 shot is what it is. Anyway, but I couldn't find one in Norway, and I'm sure they have them. I'm just not looking in the right places, but couldn't find it. Anyway, we see somebody in the line in front of us or something with one of them going, oh, we have some time. Let's go back and get that bottle. So we buy a bottle of gin, but it was not the easiest thing to find. But a bottle of gin anyway, just to get a jigger. Oh, sorry, I keep taking that away from you. Okay, so F1B1 means the next one from the front, the new one from the front, and the old one from behind. There are some innuendos in there. New one from the front, old one from behind. Almost looks like an X, but you're not going under the X.
Don't think me.
That's the connection for this one.
Well enough to do that.
But I'm going to connect to it after. First I have to show. So you are going to be working over. Okay, so if I say Russian stitch 2 + 1 + 1, 2 + 1 + 1 is 4. So you're going to do over the last 4 loops. This is 1, loop 2, loop 3, and loop 4. So if you can see there, these are the loops that we're going to work with, but we're doing it on the other side after this. Okay, so anyway, 2 means you have 2 in front on your thumb. So the end 2. And then 1 + 1 + 1. The reason it's written as 1 + 1 instead of 2 is because you're going to flip them around. You're going to take the third one, put it behind, like you can put it on your finger if you want, and you pick up the fourth one from behind. Then you go back and you scoop that one up. And then you go under the first and second. And then we're doing a plated edge. But that's why, because they swap like that. Did you just slam that thing in one go?
Yes, wasn't I supposed to?
No. Torben, is he supposed to be slamming it like lemonade? Torben is the the god of gin and tonics over there. See what he says. Anyway, okay, so anyway, but that's when it, because it's got 2 in the front, so 2, and then 1 + 1 is written that way because they're swapping around basically. There. But F1B1, so front one, back one. The third one kind of goes away first. Pick up the fourth one from behind. Go back and scoop up the third loop. And then under the first and second loop. But plaited edge, so you're going over the leader yarn. Not under, but over. And then pull through in a downwards motion. And hopefully you don't have as much yarn on your needle as I do, apparently. I have way too much. Probably going to dirty my yarn just dragging it through. So there. F1. 1 from the front, 1 from behind in the same. That's your connection. Pick up the third loop. Put it behind. Pick up the fourth loop behind. Go back and scoop up the third loop. And then go under the 2 on your thumb and over the leader yarn. When you go over the leader yarn like that, that's what's making a plaited edge. And the reason they call it a plaited edge, think about the British word plaited, means braiding in English. It looks like it's braided on the edge of your work. Like that. It almost looks like a braid. But also, when you go over the working thread like that, it'll also slant your stitches this way. Whereas if you are going under it, it'll slant your stitches this way. So if you forget what you're doing and suddenly switch on one stitch, it'll show big time. Then I'll do a couple more. But this is the stitch of the month. I think we got another week and a half or two times, I think, with this. F1B1. Pick the third one up and move it out of the way. Pick up the fourth one from behind. Go back and pick up the third under the first and second and over the leader yarn. There. Jay was super surprised, by the way. He said, "Oh my God, you guys were on so long, 4 hours, can't believe it." He said, I could have logged in and caught you, but we're not usually on this late. But Torben and Albert and Audra and I don't know who else all took advantage of Karl's delicate state. We were actually on for 4 hours and 22 minutes. One of them was a Birzici.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think you drank it like lemonade. Did you ever remember the story you were telling? There was a story you were telling, and you said something you have to say. I don't know, you were getting quite loopy towards the end. I cannot remember what you were going to tell.
So why do you expect me to remember it?
Because I reminded you of it. I don't know. Look, it might be on Facebook. There was a comment. Somebody mentioned a comment to it. Ta-da! It's pronounced plaited. Oh, sorry, I'm not British enough. Plaited, but it's spelt like plate. P-L-A-I-T. It's a plaited edge, but yeah, to plait somebody's hair is, in British, would be to braid somebody's hair in American English. But yeah, that would be what the braided edge would be. Let's see. Sometimes I have to loosen the fourth loop to mix them around like that. But because also it's swapping around on the backside like that, that's what makes it a Russian family stitch. Nothing to do with Russian, but Telemark is Telemark and Dolby are also Russian stitches. Then there's the
in Putin's dreams.
We are going to be politically and religiously neutral, Karl.
It's not neutral because Telemark doesn't belong to Russia.
No, it does not. But meanwhile, Oslo doesn't belong to Finland, and that's a Finnish stitch, so there you go. It's just
that you needlebinders don't know geography. I think that's the whole problem.
Ta-da! Anyway, so that's the stitch of the month. This was going to be a hat, but I realized, it's kind of a test in patience. I think I started with too many in the ring, but I knew I needed at least 20, but I might have had like 24 here, so it's a little bit bulgy there. But I notice I am still increasing quite frequently to get this sucker to lay flat. It wants to dip up. If it does this, you need to increase more frequently. If it does this kind of a thing, then you're increasing too frequently. But right now you can see mine wants to kind of flip up. But if I add some steam and block it, it'll stay down. So when I'm done increasing, so it's going to be about this much bigger than my hand. When I'm done, about that much bigger than my hand, I guess. When I'm done increasing, then I will steam block it, and then I will continue without any increasing, just to get the top part to lay a little flat. Robert says, in Karen's defense, English is her second language. Oh, isn't that cute? Actually, no, it's my first language. Thank you, Robert. Scotland agrees. No, well, I guess maybe is it like normal English? The Queen's English is my second language, or
No, it would probably be your like.
Minnesotan is my first language. Then I learned Spanish. Then I never used Spanish. 8 years of Spanish, and then I learned Swedish for about 3 years, and then I learned Norwegian. And the Swedish is fine to understand, but I have to force myself to remember to use the words.
And then you relearn Spanish.
And then I tried to relearn Spanish, so I have it somewhat
maybe
back.
one of these days she'll learn English.
Yeah. The King's English. Oh my God, we're in new times there. PJ's correcting. It's the King's English. All right. Let's see, I can put
Did
this.
Torban ever answer your lemonade question?
He probably did. I'm just going to put the computer down now and take a look. But that's your drink holder. That's your gin.
Yeah, I have explained to you why I don't need a drink holder, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Karl?
Oh, wait, I got one. I got a drink here. But I'm not slamming mine. It's my Gudvangen. Nolvia says, agreed. My sister had a Cabbage Patch doll and I wasn't a fan. Those things are so valuable now, but they were selling for like $90 in like the very early 80s. $90 for that's like more than an Atari game cartridge in those days.
What are you doing?
But anyway, it was super expensive, and I remember they were running out in every store. It was all over it was all over the news, etc. It was quite a thing anyway, but I just thought they were ugly. And then somebody came out with Garbage Pail Kids to make fun of the Cabbage Patch Kids. To Chrisan, hello Karen, how are you? Nice to see you. I guess I'm still okay. I haven't had too much. Annette says, my favorite toy of my brother's was the army guy with a parachute that you could throw off the roof. I thought that was G.I. Joe. But no, just those little green army men that you could throw, and they had like this little parachute that opens up. And they would go, woo. We shouldn't be on the roof in the first place, but we were. If you crawled out my bedroom window, you'd like land on the first.
Our generation was on the roof.
Our generation was on the roof, yep. I remember.
If kids nowadays go on the roof, the police are called.
Yeah. PJ says, I had one of those parachute guys. Yeah, I did too. You just kind of shake them up and throw them. And then we lost a stormtrooper down one of the sewer in the manhole and went down in the sewer thing. We're sitting there trying to fish it out for hours to get that damn stormtrooper back out. I think he's still there. 123 Minneapolis Avenue in Duluth. Go and see if you can find it. Down the manhole, there might still be a stormtrooper to this day. Torben says, by the power of Grayskull. And you know what the coolest forts were when we were playing with these little Star Wars figures? If you took a blanket and you just kind of like wadded it up and threw it on the ground so it was in like this little heap, we found out that it made a lot of little caves for the stormtroopers to hide in. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, when you can't shoot where the damn cover is everything.
Yeah. Kids I babysat played with He-Man. That's why I figured it must be your age group. He's 3 years younger than me, but that was a huge leap when you're a kid. I was like dating a 9th grader when I was a senior. That's just not right. My little brother is older than you. Oh, I actually posted a thing from him on Facebook. He's doing a bike. He's biking for to collect money for multiple sclerosis. He bikes from a whole bunch of them actually. Will bike from St. Paul, Minneapolis up to Duluth and then back again. And it's normally about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. It was 3 hours before they changed the speed limit. Now it's about 2.5. But it's quite he does that every single year anyway. So, but you can see pictures.
So you take the speed limit seriously?
Yeah.
But you're always drunk?
Nope, that's Superior, Wisconsin. They have a they can keep the bars open for another hour. Let's see. Trying to think. The two of us on the roof, said Annette, was not my mother's favorite game. I think the Parachute Man disappeared shortly after. Radisby says, I was never a fan of dolls, so I would kidnap their clothes and put them on my stuffed animals instead. Annette, Annette said, my brother's $6 million man dated my Barbie. My brother hated it when I took him to play Barbies with. G.I. Joe had the same fate. I just have to say, G.I. Joe had a similar fate. He was very tall compared to Barbie, though.
Weirdly enough, none of my sister's dolls were interested in my Skeletor.
What's the age difference between you and your sisters?
2 years and then 2 years.
But you're the oldest.
I'm 75. Then you have one in 77 and one in 79.
I always thought he was going to say he's 75 years old. I was like, yeah, I believe it. No, he's 50. He's 50. I'm 53. I think I might have read that wrong. No, but the order is perfect. Pruda says, it's pronounced platted. And PJ says, Pruda, she won't remember that. She's probably right. Maggie says, I got it. I see the bee light-colored yarn made the difference. Ah, you get it. It kind of has like a... Yeah, it looks like two wings and like a bee in the middle. But I remember thinking that was a really cool thing, but it took me a minute in his picture to see the bee as well. But I'm like, oh, I can kind of see it. I saw flies, but the bees would be more classy.
You know that I have used English words that you don't know what means, right?
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying.
Like servile and lugubrious.
It's surveil. Servile? You're talking about the cat. Servile cat. Oh, look at... Speaking of cats, yours just took a shit on the floor. Yo soy muy importante, says Torbjörn. I am very important. Yes, Karl, let the dark side into your heart and liver. He's looking at it like he wants to make another one. Now, how many have you had? 3?
4 or 5.
Ooh. He can't remember. That's the first sign. Now he's going to make another one because I just said that. You know what? Anna's watching you. Annie's watching you. She's just, well, she's not really watching you. She's looking straight ahead. But if I could there, now she's judging you. Kaya says, Tiani speaks Spanish, so maybe you can use it as a secret language that most Ordals can't understand. Yes! That was the one that we went to the wedding in France. Yeah, to see Tiana and Kaya's son get married. Actually, we have a lot of Spanish staff this year. I think we have 2 from Argentina,
It's
Freeman
so,
from Chile,
It's so weird.
bunch from Spain.
We have this fireplace in the middle of the village.
Yeah.
We call it Mathus, the food house.
Yeah.
And the fireplace outside there, when we have nothing to do, that's where basically the workers hang around. And there is always a language that controls this fireplace. But it's never Norwegian and it's never English.
Pizza.
For a while, back when we had Swedish Isak and his friends, it was Swedish.
Nice.
Then it quickly became Polish when we got Polish Isak, and Tomas speaks Polish, and the blacksmith speaks Polish.
Check.
And
I gotta
so
take
you
my
had
pizza away
like
from the cat.
a group of people that was just sitting around the fire and speaking Polish, and then kind of overnight, like a week ago, the fire language turned Spanish. I haven't understood anything people are saying around there since the... Yeah, and for a short while it was also French. with
Yeah, because we got it. Two
Marie,
French guys
Vlad,
and
Eloise.
oh yeah, 4 French. Yeah.
I was listening to Marie and Eloise talk, and I don't understand French, but some words are international. So I'm just sitting there, and I hear blah, 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 blah in French, but I managed to pick out the word fromage, croissant, and discipline.
It's not croissant. Croissant is croissant.
Yeah, these are the words I managed to pick out. So I said that has to be the most French conversation I've ever heard people have. I managed to pick out fromage, croissant, and discipline. And Marie says, yeah, you might not be wrong. You're just pointing out that it's pretty easy to keep a diet in Norway because your food is so bad. But every time you go to France, you get tempted. And
Which,
need
by the way,
discipline.
Vlad and Elisa showed up today, and via France, of course. And Vlad is from France, so they pick up. Actually, I think that's his Facebook name. But anyway, anyway, they brought her back this bag with like a kilo's worth of cakes in it, and she's like, "It's a whole kilo! Eat it! This is bad for my diet. This is not good. This is not good." I'm like, "Well, what's in it?" Says Tomas. What's in it? The Czech guy, and she says, "Butter and sugar or something." That's all it is. I can't have it. It's ruining my diet.
It's also funny how Vlad and Theo, now I'm in trouble telling them apart.
I did do that. I did this morning. Theo comes and asks if I can print something for him. I'm looking up and going, "Oh, it's good to see you again. It's been, how have you been?" And he's like, "You realize I've been here the whole time." Shit, Theo, you look just like Vlad. Same height, same hair.
Same clothing.
Well, they're all Vikings.
Yeah, but have you seen anybody else wearing a bright red tunic?
That's true. Vlad wears a cloak. That's red. Anyway. Novia says, "It's Leviosa, not Leviosa." There's more I gotta read back on here. Rodisby said I was always climbing on roofs and hiding in places I shouldn't. I used to climb trees. The tree was taller than our house, and our house was 3 stories if you include the attic. It was pretty tall. But yeah, we do. The outside of my bedroom window, there's like this first roof. Anyway, there's like a roof section on there, and there's my window, and there's an upper roof section. We could climb out on my roof, on my bedroom window onto the roof, and then up the other side, and way up to the top. My mom comes up, "Get down! Carefully!"
This is the thing, because, and I wasn't a particularly risk-seeking kid compared to so many of my friends. But one thing I did repeatedly as a kid is to climb my neighbor's tree in pitch darkness during a storm to steal his plums. And I'm also completely aware that he has a shotgun loaded with rock salt, and if he ever catches me, he will shoot me with that fucking thing.
I used to take naps in the tree. There was this part that you could kind of sit in. It just cradled you just right. It was great. And then my neighbor comes from across the street, Katie McGee, and she like falls from the first branch and breaks her leg. Which, is one thing. But then her brother, Peter McGee, next year walks up 2 steps on the ladder, 2 rungs, and falls down and breaks the other leg. And here I am swinging from the tops of the branches, the ones that aren't supposed to hold your weight. I used to love climbing trees. Let's see, 4 or 5, says Torben, regarding your, he just did it.
5 or 6.
He said, "Those are rookie numbers." Stop it, Torben. Talking about Carla now, not Tiani, by the way. Oh, sorry. She needs a new toilet. She doesn't do a unisex toilet. It's a very conservative lady. Talking about Carla now, not Tiani. There's 3 toilets right next to each other. They could pick one, but no.
Yeah. What I do is that I poop the middle one full immediately, and then I poop everywhere else.
I give up. Anne says, he had at least 1 too much. He'll find that out tomorrow. Wink. I like 3 too much now. You should eat your other piece of pizza over there. I'm still working on mine too. These things are huge.
Tomorrow is the 17th of May, but as far as I'm concerned...
You're still working, though. There's not a holiday we're not working.
Tomorrow is just like today. So
for us, yeah, but...
And no, I have exactly the same time schedule tomorrow as I had today.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's true. Although the difference is now we have... tomorrow would be the only day in the village where we have the Norwegian flag. We don't have flags, the Norwegian flag in the village because it's not Viking Age, etc. So tomorrow we have Norwegian flags all over the village. And then there comes local people as well. They will be dressed up in their traditional costumes. Then we'll have the tourists that had no idea what's going on but thinks everybody's beautiful. And yes, the Viking clothes are looking very modern these days. And but then there'll be games, like the potato sack run or three-legged race or that's not a dwarf. Yeah, different ring toss games, all kinds of things like that. There will also be somebody running around doing trivia questions. You can kind of watch from station to station. These little games like that anyway. And then at 1 o'clock we have a speech from Knut Rage, the one you saw in the little video there. Then right after that we have a little parade. The kids are always in the front, followed by the person carrying the flag, and then comes everybody else. And they'll do a parade around the village, and then they'll go out the sea gate and over across take the footbridge across the river to the other side of Gudvangen, where we've seen Christmas lights once before, and then they'll have a little buffet or go back to work. We usually will send live. If you're on Viking Valley Facebook Live, then our Viking Valley Facebook, I'll send a live there sometime around 1 o'clock tomorrow, and you can see the world's smallest see our village. And the actual village of Gudvangen is so small that our musical band, the marching band, comes in a boombox. It's that small. But it's a cute little parade anyway, so it'll be kind of fun to see. So
well, you'll probably have a boombox plus Rune and Louisa, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And then we'll have get down off the table. They're all getting silly. Don't even think about. Carla is teaching the other cats bad tricks. They never stole food before, but now they're thinking about it.
He did steal food on at least 2 occasions. Nobody knew who Carla was.
Oh, this one's silly now. Put the toilets in different places, said Amaro. That might help. Yeah, maybe. Or they'll just spread it out even more. But yeah, that could help. Maybe so they don't smell too much identical. Problem is, if one of them is moved or has too much space next to it, they'll use the floor right next to it, and number 1, and that's not good. Number 1 is you do not want to try to get that out of a wood floor. Carl, you need some more shots right now, says Torben. Do it! You don't have to deal with this later. I do.
He's like that in person too.
Yeah, I know. He's horrible. We're going to have to kill him. Cat says, Maggie, that's why I bought fancy robot cats boxes. Always clean them after as a proper for furry little deities. I've seen those. Actually, it just kind of like rotates it and sifts the sand every time the cat exits. It's like this ring. Not the Fifth Element, but there's another one. Stargate, where they kind of enter this ring. Yeah, so if the cats kind of go through the ring... and they do their business in there and they come back out, then the ring spins, so and it just sifts all the sand.
The cat goes through the Stargate, poops in another dimension and comes back.
And the poop stays in the other dimension. That's exactly how it is. Dorman says, I know! Anyway, we are almost at 3 hours, so we should probably go. But same time pretty much next week. Looks like a cement mixer. Yeah, they're really quite cool. What's on the plate, says Nikki. Pizza. Burnt. Cheap. It's pretty cold by now. We've been working on it for 3 hours.
No, nobody still has any idea what story I was supposed to tell.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to tell you this. You're like egged on by Torben now. You have to try to go extra long here. Let's see. Oh, Pruda sent a photo too, by the way. I almost missed it. She's doing some embroidery. I have to show you. Ta-da, so you can see. There we are. Do you see what it is? I know what it is. I've made a bunch of these. This is the Earnest Dragon. There's the head over there, and then you have like another little snake that goes here. Yeah, I've made quite a few of these. Mine's a little bit bigger though. But yeah, and then I see you're also doing two tones. You have a light tone on the inside. Maybe you're not. Maybe that's just the shadow. As I did, I outlined in one, and then I did another color in the middle, or another color on the inside, and in the very middle I did something very bright, and it's got like a squirrel. That one's really cool. It's one of my favorite ones to make, and it's also the one that sells faster than I can keep it in stock. Until I decided to do it in the Minnesota Vikings colors, because I had some purple fabric I wanted to get rid of. So I thought, what if I do one in the color of the Minnesota Vikings with the gold and and the purple? It's still there a year later. The question, Karl. Let's see. I got a million chat windows open here. I have to shut them all. There we go. Was on the previous. There we go. Oh, I don't know if Torben saw this. Torben, Maggie commented on the post from last week. So I had to share it. Maggie says, Karin, okay, we've broken Karl, and I really wish I'd have seen this live. This is when we went for over 4 hours because they absolutely insisted. Torben has seen the line, but it was in the rear view mirror, and when he drove past it at 200 kilometers per hour. I totally love the guessing game. Prince Albert is grateful not to be a Viking. That's the one. And I've restarted the Stitch of the Month in cream yarn. I've got to stop trying to use up the random skein of dark red and black yarn for complex stitches. It's a little harder to see if it's a rag yarn where there's twisting two colors. I'm going to get this B stitch, but it's going to require to be able to see the stitches better. And then I sent a GIF in reference to Torben. Me, after causing chaos. This is Torben, you're busted. But I didn't know if Torben had seen this, so because it was in a needle binding group and he's not in it, so I attached it as a picture. And I said, I just realized I couldn't call Torben out on his antics in the null binding group, so I'm shaming him here as well. She agreed. Torben is such a character. I definitely need to meet you all in person one day. Oh, we all have to. And we'll probably be feeding Karl some alcohol because we won't recognize him. Okay, Prince Albert, was it, Karl? Prince Albert is grateful to not be a Viking.
I would assume so.
Yeah? Why?
What? This can't be the question.
You said something about Prince Albert. I can't remember what.
No, Torben kept talking about Prince Albert.
Torben kept talking about Prince Albert. He talks about Vaseline all the time too, but it doesn't quite have the same effect on you. No, Carla, you cannot have my pizza. Get down. But I think that's the one I was thinking of, Prince Albert. Did you say something about... I know you said something about PJ having issue with Virgin. This
has nothing to do with the price of eggs.
No, but I would like you to tell me something about the price of eggs, because I have no idea, actually. I'm guessing if it wasn't Prince Albert, I can't remember what the hell it was. You said something. Anyway, but...
I said probably a lot of things. In the 4 hours, I was drunkenly yelling at YouTube. But...
Karl?
Yeah?
What does Otter the Beaver Butcher look like?
Depends. Which era are we talking about?
Well, preferably after he was born and sometime before he died.
Yes, but people change a lot from
okay.
born until
then you're going to have to talk through all of it. Start with the youth.
He should be a chubby and happy little kid for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then he should start to grow some muscles.
It was during the guessing game. Okay. Yeah? Does he have hair color? Is it curly? Is he bald? Blonde? Red? Oops.
He will develop a big beard at some point. I'm
sorry, did you say beard or?
I don't think he's an attractive guy. Not at all. Not directly ugly, but more scary looking. Mm-hmm. But he makes up for it in charm.
He does. Mm. How does a charming... Demonstrate his charm. You are Alter the Beaver Butcher.
Woman, you
How
are
would you be
making
charming?
unreasonable demands on me right now.
Perform, monkey. Was that okay? No, it was in the during the guessing game last week that he had mentioned Prince Albert, and Maggie says yes, the things that wasn't a piercing but could have been Prince Albert. You don't have one.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't. Okay, this is something we're not going to show on Google. Talk about the things you guys get me to Google. Okay. And we're gonna have. There you go. That's a Prince Albert, Karl.
Holy fuck. I'm eating a woman.
You want to see what an infected one looks like? Oh God, says Albert. Torvusing, do it. Not for kids. Maggie says, my brother got one, but this is not the place to describe. This is like the time you made me Google, I don't know, a fleshlight.
One of your daughters once mentioned tentacle porn.
A tentacle porn, and I didn't know what the hell tentacle porn was.
So I had you Google it.
Yeah, well, now I just Googled Prince Albert for you. Yeah. Do you feel...
This is a problem for you, FBI agent, not mine.
I like that it didn't ask me to unhide the images. It just already knew you guys sent me down that rabbit hole so many times. Didn't even bother. Do you want me to blur the images? It could be sensitive. Ah, screw it. They just show it to me anyway. Let's see. Believe it or not, I know a guy who did his own, says Robert. Balls of steel. Or something else with steel anyway.
Brain of mush.
Brain of mush. Wow. I wonder how much gin and tonic he drank before trying that. Oops. Hi, Fuzzy Zilly. Let's see. Max says, Yarn should definitely try two world's hottest gummy bear. Two world's hottest. I mean, what? Oh, the world's hottest gummy bear. It's actually like spice. Oh God, I don't think I could get Karl to do that. I showed him the Santa Claus, says chili balls, and you ate one of those, and
yes,
you've never been able to hand. Yeah, that's a couple years ago on YouTube around Christmas time. It was the Santa Claus's Christmas calendar. You had to have one.
Jingle balls.
Jingle balls. I gotta find that one anyway. But that's the kind of akin to what this would be. Jingle balls Christmas calendar. I should say Santa Claus. Yeah, I got him this one. Chili Claus. Sorry, it's not Santa Claus. Chili Claus. That one, anyway, is a Christmas calendar with a whole ton of different, really, yeah. Then there's the candies that you could eat. And they look innocent, but anyway. Yeah, it could be like the gummy adventure, I guess. Let's see, try not to knock my... Yeah, no, that was a fun one. That was on YouTube. That would have to be, how many years ago would that have been? 2022 maybe? Might have been, but anyways.
Or 21. I'm sorry, late year 21.
But he wouldn't be able to have one till December 1st, so it has to be sometime in the month of December. My kids totally owned you on that one.
Alex did for at least.
Alex could eat quite a bit of it, but I think he only made it to day 8, and then it was like Greg took the rest and tried to sneak it to his father.
Yeah, no, I'm never touching this again.
No, that was pretty nasty. Jingle cojones, says Max. Torben says she will Google anything now. 2 girls, 1 cup, do it. No! Hell no! No. You tell me you know what that is. I'm not Googling that for you. That is pretty gross. You are eating. Let's see. Maggie says, after that one, the latter seems to be how they want to give Peace that portion of the anatomy. Robert says, nailed it to the kitchen table when they realized the pliers, and then realized the pliers to pull the nail back out was out of reach, and he had to shout his mom through them to go and get them for him. The guy who did his own Prince Albert.
Brain of mush.
I don't think there's enough gin and tonic to try. Holy crap. Albert says there's a lollipop that is called a devil's toe. That is as spicy as fucking holy cow. Brings whole new meaning to that song, Jingle Balls. Anyhow. No, but no, we gotta go because I'm starting to Google shit. I'm not gonna do 2 girls, 1 cup. Don't do it. But next week, what time? 7 probably. I think it's easier to get home by 7. But I'll see if I can't film something. Obviously, I can't film the 17th of May parade while I'm filming it live for Viking Valley, so you'll have to just kind of log into Viking Valley Facebook around 1 o'clock, a little after 1 o'clock Norway time, and the current time is 9:55. Anyway, and then I'll show a little bit of the parade, but we can see if we can try to get some more footage of things going on. There's a group of Latvians coming next week, I believe. It might be after Saturday. Might be the following week anyway, and they're bringing all kinds of handcrafts with them, so that'll be fun. Robert said later he did become a professional piercer. Go ahead, Google Prince Albert infection. Oh, don't do it. Maggie says clearly he started the training, so that's so logical. No, anyway, thirsty Karl, says Torben. You are such a devil. Look how red his face is over there. I have to deal with this. I finally got him to eat a second piece of pizza. He doesn't eat during the day. Oh, wait, you had a little cake thing from Marie, the melange or something.
Yeah. Good. I don't understand why you didn't accept it when she wanted to give you the whole thing, but...
No, because I would eat them. Okay, anyway, but yeah, no, next Saturday, 7 o'clock. Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to have any more story on Order the Beaver Butcher?
Highly fucking unlikely.
What does Gin and Tonic Hallgrim say? Wait. What does Gin and Tonic Hallgrim say?
Hallgrim drikker gin og tonic.
Ja, even I did.
Hallgrim drikker famous Wolfensmack.
I heard Hallgrim. One more time. There he goes, Hallgrim. Torben's happy. Okay, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
There.